Eswatini. This is the 2023 edition of Mbabane Half Marathon, which happens to be the third edition of the Mbabane Marathon. Can tell you what, Eswatini, especially citizens of the Mbabane city, have gathered in their numbers to take part of this Mbabane Half Marathon. I'll bring you live this edition. Just over 500 participants have already registered for this edition. Remember, the 2021 edition, we had a local winner, which was Nkulele Gogama. We had 2022 edition, beg your pardon, where we had an international winner. Now we have the 2023 edition. Who is yet to win the 21 kilometers, which is the highest, which is the longest distance, rather, of the marathon. We have also the 10 kilometers and the 5 kilometers. Bringing you live, this is Eswatini TV. Hello and welcome. Once again, your host, Fabrice Msonele. I'll be in the company of Beatrice Hlope. Beatrice Hlope, one of the biggest, actually has achieved one of the biggest achievement when it comes to long distance running in the country. For 17 years as an athlete in the country, she was running for Correctional Services Club in the country. So we give you all the tips to get you in the mood and get the information about what you're supposed to know about the marathon. Nangabe, if you are looking to take part of the marathon in next edition next year, Nangabe, what are some of the things that you need to know about this marathon? And we have also our in-house analyst, Linda Lamini, down at the Prince of Wales from the starting point, just giving us proper information, who also guide us through the visuals of what we'll be getting about the visuals about the athletes that will be running down there at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane. In the company of Beatrice Hlope, Sivusele Hlope, good morning on the 25th of November. The year is 2023. Sivusele namuhla na lethu baseliveri khona lo mchitseranso uyaqala namuhla.
Siyabonga kakhulu Msonele. Sibonga lithuba lokuthi sibe khona la msakadweni store kwenda na Mbabane. Siyabonga kakhulu nje kuMbabane Marathon ukuthi uphinze futhi njalo nalonyaka ikhona ukubamba lo mqhudelwano lomhlena kangaka. Sibonile last year bokhona na that year bokhona.
Ngiyathi ukuthi nasikhuluma in terms of experience and exposure, it's something that we have as an athlete since 2002 to 2019 as an athlete. Sisikhuluma nga 17 years of experience. I'm sure at some point we are moving along with this marathon was not there during your time.
Yes, ngiyabuva vele buhlungu kube I wish kube senginabo 16 years. Khona ngidokhona nami ngiyamanje unyaka so ngijubela. But nje ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuthi bakhona labancane labakhulako kulomdlalo. Nasingathola lithuba nje ukuthi sibasekele kakhulu. But asibukelisa ngiyathemba.
At some point, we talk about the route, from the starting point to the finishing point. But I think leading to the day, of which is the day today, there were issues of temperatures, there were issues of how the heat was really on a high note. In terms of preparations, does it affect you as an athlete? When you have got preparations for a big event of this magnitude, and all of a sudden in the last week of your preparations, does it affect you as an athlete when you prepare?
Affecta kakhulu nje kulamalanga lokushisa lokhona lokungavami bese ke kuyaba affecta kakhulu abadlali labangakatayilile ilanga leli so kufanele ukuthi bocoach bafunze lokuthi labadlali bajimise mhlawumbe kungabi sekuseni kakhulu lelanga balithole nekuthi ke bawanathe lamanti kakhulu nje ngibekise ukuthi nje ngoba idolo bebawanatha kakhulu namhla ke seyirace lamanti ahlala lamtimbeni tothi nakagijima kungenteka ukuthi khanzisa kawatholi kahle but nje siyathemba ukuthi akhona ngoba bayabona ukuthi basilungiselele belungu ukuthi le weather vele iyabhetha namuhla shisa kakhulu.
Ngiyathi ukuthi as much as you didn't get a chance to be part of this marathon as an athlete, but you've been following closely this marathon since the inception 2 years ago. But so ngasho yini ukuthi ikhule kanganani in terms of accommodating international athletes? Where are we when you talk about the international athletes to this tournament? Quickly.
Yes, sisemva kakhulu kulama internationals sisele kakhulu sisenemisaya lenkulu nje sibo coach ukuthi kufanele nathi sizame lokubamba lelizinga but ke ngicabanga ukuthi nasinga i-association ayingasilungiselela ukuthi kube ne-coaches association babodwa labo coach batokhona kuthelelana lwathi ukuthi singenda njani kuze sibambe nathi lelizinga lama-internationals.
Hlop, ndawucela ukujuba kancane. At some point we're going to have to leave the studio and show you what's happening on the field. This is the 2023 edition of the Mbabane Marathon live on Eswatini TV. There's no better place to be. Our in-house analyst Linda Dlamini is down there at Prince of Wales at the starting point to show us what's happening. Ngos, give us the introspection. Take us through the event. What's happening? Eswatini, the nation at large, the Mbabane citizen, how much excited are they for this edition? Through you.
From jail question, signal question
Mbabane half marathon isiwabonile esikhathini lesendlulile lapho khona uthola ukuthi iweather belina kumakhanda namuhla lehlisa ngiyabona ukuthi nazo igijini atifuni kuwoma kakhulu atifuni phela bese sekudilelwa ngoba ama-temperatures asheshe ayaphakama isikhathi singefika ngiyabona inombolo cishe iyajabulisa basho kanjalo cishe into esijabulisako ngoba sibona ukuthi kumele sigijime yes labanyeki ngicela ukuthi batawungenela yona i-10 kilometers angeke baze bafikele yona i-21 kilometers ngicabanga ukuthi isimo esikhulu ngoba labafukile kodwa nje.
Now, just for the sake of your interest as a viewer, sorry for that technical glitch as we're trying to ensure that you get the proper sound of what's happening down there at the Prince of Wales, where is the starting point. Our in-house analyst Linda Dlamini is down there, but through our technical issues, we're trying to ensure that we get the proper sound. This is one of the biggest half marathon live in, but let's do for the biggest distance, 21 kilometers. Where are we as a country? Let's 21 kilometers. Do you have the best runners in terms of the half marathon?
Yes, we have. Like Sinamangoba, Hlabathi lo, wabang number 2 walo South African last year.
Last edition, yes.
Yes. Ngululeko lengasambona.
Ngululeko Gama 2021 was the actual winner, yes.
Angisamboni kulamalanga ngicabanga ukuthi khona ngingala nato lasakulungisa. But ke sebakhona ke naba be USDF bebasolo bangekho, but sebakhona nyalo. Ngicabanga ukuthi sidababona nangabe bakhona.
Club level kusita kanganani to ensure that you get ready? Are independent athletes better than club athletes? Kuba kuhle kuphi, running as an independent athlete or running as a club member through such marathons?
Kukahle kakhulu ukuthi nibe club because nani team niyakhona lokubhekana, niyabuka ukuthi nangiyawethu nangiyawami lapha ngiyakhona lokuphusha. Kusuke nicala le gymini lokho ni gym together, niyakhona lokugrowa lapho nanijima as a group than now uwedwana. Awudiboni ukuthi usemva noma so ya improve.
For 17 years, this is Beatrice Klopp. If you just join us, this is Eswatini TV, and we're bringing you live the 2023 edition of the Mbabane Marathon. Like I said, she's got what it takes to give you information. She's been there 17 years as a professional athlete. You've been to some of the biggest marathon. Wafa. These are some of the biggest. Is maybe Mbabane half marathon also coming closely to some of the best marathonists now, even Wafa and Mbabane Marathon? Is it going there closely in terms of being one of the biggest events in the country?
Yes, they are getting there. They are getting there. Nje nawubuka ukuthi 2019 nabaqala bekungasiko kanje. Nyalo ke sebakhule kakhulu. Nawubuka nje namhla ngathi ku entrele labang 1000 plus. than last year
Than
than
last
that year.
edition. Klop, ndakutcela kujuba kafishane. Our in-house analyst Linda Dlamini is down there at the Prince of West in Mbabane, where the starting point is. Ngos, Dlamini, what's happening, guys? Give us live pictures of what's happening there at the Mbabane Prince of West, the starting point.
Yes, Fabrice, ngiphindze ngikwamukele ngivusele naye Beatrice studio. Vele ngisho nje ngesingisimane ngithi the stage is set. Sesingavele sikhale noma nini isibhamu khona lapha enkundleni yase Prince of Wales kusuka yona phela imbabane half marathon yayo umnyaka wa 2023. Njengoba ngishilo Fabrice ukuthi umsakade Eswatini TV sengumnyaka wesithathu lona solo sisakade yona imbabane half marathon ihlukaniswe kathathu ngetigaba letinzathu lokuyi 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers. Njengoba ngishilo ngathi isimo selitulu, yes akhona wona emafu lakhona kodwa nje ngicabanga ukuthi na ungathi uyabuka ubuka yona emafu noma isimo selitulu khona lapha ePrince of Wales kuyabonakala ukuthi vele tingijimi titaba nebolukhonanyana ukuthi tikhopishe kuyo iweather. Kodwa ke Fabrice naye umbukeli ngicabanga ukuthi lokumcoka kakhulu water points lesta wabona sisahamba lapha endleleni ukuthi ingabe vele wona eme kanjani amiso kanjani tinombolo tiyajabulisa Fabrice nangitibuka nangibuka futhi nayo lokuthi bandvu bebesaba phela besaba yona i-heat wave lesolo ishaye live leSwatini noma esifundza lesingentasi nelivekati leAfrika kusukela kuqalele leliviki mhlambe labanyenti bebangesaba ukuthi hey sitasuke sithi committee sihambe siyogijima uthola ukuthi asisakhoni kuhydrate kahle lapha endleleni kodwa nje njengoba ngisho ukuthi tiyajabulisa tinombolo sibagadzile ke vele tingijimi lecishe ngathi titawuhlabana noma letitawuvelela kuwo lo mgcudzelano walonyaka mhlambe bomancoba sigadzile ukuthi sibabone la. Yes inkululeko ngiyamuva Beatrice uthi vele inkululeko asamboni mani kakhulu emgcudzelanweni yalapha ekhaya kanzi tingijimi letifana nabo bonkululeko sigadzile sibabonile bona labangamele wona umdlalo wematubane lapha ekhaya simbonile mengameli wayo i-athletics Eswatini Zakhele Dlamini sababona futhi ne-executive siyambona futhi namasipala siyababona labamelele bona idolobha laseMbabane ingani phela lo ngumgcudzelwano walolu dolobha laseMbabane njengoba ngisho Fabrice ukuthi sibhamu sesingakhala kunoma nini kusukela nyalo ngikhulumile ke ngenzaba yo map ngitibonile tingijimi natsaqala la natsafika ekseni betingafuni tikhomitha kakhulu enzabeni yeko mapha than sihlale sibabona. Uyakhumbula Fabrice ukuthi notselo ngakobe kunembobo marathon lapha endase enkundleni yesive kaSomhlolo lapho sibone khona ukuthi tingijimi beti womapha sikhashanyana lesitse kulandzela ukuthi belina simo selitulu besingavumi kahle namuhla ke liyashisa angeke uze ufune uyingijimi ukuthi usheshe uwomaphe utawusheshe ujuluka kakhulu ungakhanza sobilelwa injini lapha usagijima i21 kilometers same route than last year. Siyakhumbula ukuthi na last year yasukela khona la enkundleni yase Prince of Wales ihambe igege khona ngale kubothembelihle kulomgwaqo lobheka ngakhona kufanele kodwa nje kude lokushintshile lokunganani ema water points ngiyaxolisa kulo ema water points akhona akanexiwe siwabonile manyenti kakhulu lesithemba ukuthi vele naso spam Fabrice kuyabalwa nyalo yavele yasuka sekuvele kunjalo Fabrice 2023 Mbabane half marathon sayivele isukile lapha. Yes siyabona ukuthi kunema pace setter lapha lavele afuna kubamba lona lelizinga kusasukwa avele asathi ke ukuthi ingabe vele lesimo selitulu siyabavuma yini ngoba incumbi yabo bede ke baceceshi laba baceceshayo ukuthi nanisuka kuma marathon la kanje i-half marathon lena yes akusiyo mhlambe i-full marathon kodwa angeke nje usuke mangayi uvele usuke udubule tisahamba kodwa ke sitawubona Fabrice kusacubeka ukuthi tima kanjani nyalo ke tisukile sithatha wona umgwaqo lo wenda ngathi ubheka khona bo golf course lapho khona ubheka ngabofandeni sayishanje lesekli sibona ukuthi ingabe ngibani lusalida lapho ukhona mhlambe ingijimi lesiyatiku lenkulu lejwayele kudominator kuwo ema marathons alapha ekhaya.
Wow. Beautiful stuff. That is our in-house analyst in Dlamini. Live visuals at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane. The starting point, say very sugile at the 2023 Mbabane half marathon. 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and 5 kilometers. 21 kilometers, Beatrice Lopez, very sugile. At early stages of this race, 21 kilometers, we had to commit in as an athlete, Noma, you just lay back, you just, and then when you are about to lead, to lead in the last maybe 10 minutes of the race, that's where you compete. How important is to start well such marathons?
Kumcoka kakhulu because ungendeka usuke at a high speed ukhaze soyaphela soyehluleka kufika nawo kanti kahle kahle kufune ube nale endurance lokuthi udokhona kuhamba isikhathi eside ngespeed sinye noma ke ube ne speed endurance ne-speed ne-endurance lokusho ukuthi udohamba nge-speed lesikhulu uhambe indzawo lenze ungadropi bese uphinza uba ne-finishing ekugcineni ube nako kokungu-3 but lokho kufuna ukwenda ejimini lokusuka nje usuke emakhaya kungendeka ukuthi akakujimeli lo muvu utawusuka lapho bese uyaphela kanje sokugcina uleke emuva kani usuke kahle lokho kufuna ukupractice ejimini but ke na coach unemsebenzi lomkhulu ukuthi abatshele labadlali ukuthi uhamba ngasiphi speed kanjani ngoba kunema percentage akhona lokufuneka ukuthi wahamba.
Now, if you just join us, this is Eswatini TV live. You just woke up, you tune in on your TV. What's happening? We're bringing you live the 2023 edition of the Mbabane Half Marathon. Sengasho ukuthi se very sugile, the starting point seba very sugile. If ngabekisa, these are the live pictures. We've taken the circle Leya Tembelihle and Fanten now. Bayanyuga Fanten. Can you say the winner is from this group, or it's early to tell who can, shock us and become the eventual winner? Flop.
It is early ukuthi ngasho nyalo. Ngoba nyalo kusengendeka noma yini vele.
Yes.
Njengoba ngishito ukuthi kungendeka kusuke at high speed bese uyathina. And lana kunema hills nje la kufanele ukuthi ukhona lo maintain vele.
Sikhuluma kahle as bahamba in terms of roads and security wise to ensure that athletes are not disturbed. This is the 21 kilometers. Tabesila Nzera from the beginning. We started with them. We'll be with them until the finishing point back at Prince of Wales. But we normally talk about the route, and we don't really highlight the effect. Is it positive or negative? Gutsi bagijimere straight inside the road, or it is actually negative? Gutsi bangaya on the pedestrian side. How positive it is just to be on the side of the road. We got that comfort and confidence as an athlete.
Yes, ngoba kufune sithathe iside linye sishiye la kutahamba imoto khona. Singatoba nebungoti. 2 kufune ukuthi lo muntu lo phambana naye akubone lo wale moto kanti ke nangabe wena sotohamba omva kwakhe seku wrong lokho ngicabanga ukuthi ku safe la bahamba ngakhona.
Is it possible that some of the athletes that we are seeing right now did use the same route in terms of e-training session to ensure that when the day comes you don't get tired easily? Majority of these athletes when gymming they use the route. Sebayati the route.
Maybe ngaba ngilaba lambabane.
Yes.
But ke laba levele kwanze sibayicala le route. Kubanike advantage le kahle vele bona. Laba lambabane labajumela kuyo now and then.
We've never had complaints in terms of the directions and routes and everything. We're carrying the route, in terms of from the starting point to the finishing point, where they have to pass by. You've seen the route from 2021 to 2022, where you carry the route. Noma is the perfect decision.
Yeah, igahle le route. Nalo ukuthi kuncane ukuthi bangalahleka because nema marshals abakhona la kumakhona khona ba directed sibheka kuphi. Kuncane ukuthi igahle kakhulu. Ku rare ukuthi angalahleka.
All right. Now, Magashope, this is our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini. He's following closely the race at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane. The starting point was actually Prince of Wales Mbabane, but Sebafereba Hambire leading to Fanten, then going up. So far, are you are you seeing the pace? Can you picture who is likely to lead us in this year's edition of the 2023? Asifune man, once again, it goes to an international athlete. Sifuna ukuthi Israel lakhaya. We want a local winner. Uyibona njani wena Dlamini?
Fabrice, yeah, njoba ngishilo ngathi iqale ngepace lecishe isetulo nabasaqala lapha enkundleni yase Prince of Wales. Ngikwenyalo sendlula la esikolweni esifunzani high school. Igroup ke lesayifuna abili cishe yebamvu labasiphohlongo lesibabona ukuthi laba imfica lesibabona ukuthi kwangathi ngibo labafuna kuyithatha le race. Uyakhumbula Fabrice ukuthi awusuka khona lapha enkundleni yase Prince of Wales so wenyukela lapha esifunzani cishe umcansa lomkhulu vele lotawuthola wekuqala ngiwo lo siyabona ukuthi kule group ekuqala ukhona namanqoba wakanhlabathi lesambona ukuthi nakhona le eTaiwan ukhona la ayinqoba khona umgcuthelwano iwater point ekuqala lena Fabrice nawucetha nje kwendlula khona la esikolweni esifunzani siyayibona iwater point ekuqala lokusho ukuthi vele athletes atawufuna but bakhona ke vele labangafuni kuwathatha lawo manti ngiyabona batitshelile vele ukuthi once wathatha lamanti kutawuthi ukuthi uwathathe uzuyofika noma uzuyocetha yona irace but nje siyababona vele le group yekuqala lebengikhuluma ngayo ukuthi inebamvu labayimfica Fabrice nyalo ke sekuneba tingijimi letisihlanu leseticembukile kule group lebengishito the first group unyalo seyinebamvu labasihlanu lengenteka nayo kungekhamba kwesikhathi ngoba nyalo nje siyojaka ngathi siyophumela khona kubo Dalridge sihambe sibheke khona boveni kodwa vele le group nayo iyasala kancane ngoba vele after wona lomcansa lebese uthethe lapha esikolweni esifunzani kutabe sekewukela tingijimi ke Fabrice uyathi ukuthi edifanane tikhona ke tingijimi leti enjoy kakhulu la kunyukela khona sibabonile bebalinyendana bebalithandzana labo bebagijima labo nyukela khona bebayibambile le pace kodwa ke nyalo cishe bakhona labasalako siyambona Nkululeko sorry not Nkululeko Mancoba ngiyathi nje ukuthi Beatrice lapho e-studio yahlekelela nangikhuluma ngamancoba ngoba ingijimi yakhe le kodwa njoba ngisho ukuthi nale pace mhlambe lokushisa tithawufuna tingijimi ukuthi tisheshe ticethe kungashisi kakhulu akufanani ke nasemihleni Fabrice ngithi angisho lokho akufanani nasemihleni njengoba emihleni simo selitulo silibonile ukuthi belishisa kakhulu namuhle liyashisa kodwa ke akhona emafu lacishe avimbe lona lelo langa akufanani nasemihleni lokungaba iadvantage kuto tingijimi takithi naleqhamuka ngaphandle njengoba usho nje Fabrice ukuthi lonyaka asikafisi ukuthi lo mgcuzelwano lo unqotshwe ingijimi leqhamuka ngaphandle kwakuleli kodwa ke njoba ngisho ukuthi nako siyasonzela khona lapha kuboveni already ingijimi ekuqala sevele iyashiya kube ne challenge inyana nje lengaphambili lapho khona kunemaphoyisa kunemoto emaphoyisa nemoto yaka athletics kodwa ke vele njoba ngisho ukuthi tingijimi yinye sevele iyakhombisa ukuthi lo mgamu ifuna kuvula nawubuka ukuthi le distance levulako cishe ngabekisa ngelibanga lelihamba ukuthi bo 20 meters kuya kubo 30 meters lokungaba very key nakata ukhona ukuthi aphumele ngale embangweni ewukele khona eseklini ngicaba ukuthi lokho sekungabese kuyakhombisa ukuthi vele utayinqoba le race yalonyaka.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Dlamini, for following closely the race, the 21 kilometers that has already started for this year's edition. Remember, 4 minutes past 6. the race had started. That was 21 kilometers. So when you talk about 4 minutes past 6, we're talking about now 11 minutes and over 10 seconds into the race already. And Naskuluma about some of the longest achievements so far that we have. In 2021, Ngulego Gama used 1 hour and 17 minutes to finish the 21 kilometers. Hlop, ngimuvile Dlamini akhuluma ngamancoba Nhlabatsi. That's the athlete in front. About this athlete and in terms of qualities and positives and strength for him to finish this race as number 1.
Yes, angayiwina Mancoba.
Yes.
Nangabe ukhona ukhona kulungiselela kahle. Ngoba last year sambona ashiwa ngulo guy wase South Africa. Nakhona wamshiya washoda ngefinish up. Abe good ehilini. Abesuyehluleka la down corner. Then ke ngicabanga ukuthi bekashoda ngacoach ngoba bekumbonana ahambe kakhulu ashuthe la ehilini. Abesu dropa kakhulu. Kwamshiya kanjalo ngakhala ngathi hayi coach kufune asebenze lapha kuMancoba ngoba unako konke lokudingeka ukuthi angayiwini. Manje bekushoda nje ifitness engqondweni kuye. Otherwise bekangayiwini.
We're 12 minutes into the race. 12 minutes. When we talk about 12 minutes, it's so far how they have gone in terms of the 21 kilometers. For 12 minutes, Klope, is it too early to start, indicating signs of saying maybe Mancoba has got what it takes to win this year's race?
Yes, go early nyalo. At least kube sewuhambe bo 15 minutes.
Yes.
Yes, 15-20. Sangakhona songakhona ke lapho kumsethela kwathi no nakangakhona kubambelela la angawini nyalo kusese early.
It's early. We can talk about how maybe he's looking to achieve that. Like I said, what we want as Eswatini, we want the winner to be a local one. Situmon about international athletes, but we want a local athlete because the more we have local athletes winning such races, it also boosts our confidence. It also boosts our development in terms of ensuring that as Eswatini, we're doing what it takes and what we can to ensure that we win races now. So far, we are 13 minutes into the race of the 2023 Mbabane Half Marathon. 21 kilometers, they have already started. Hlope, she's confident that when it's 20 minutes, maybe we can give it to Mancoba Nhlabatsi. Now, preparation-wise, do you think, you know him closely, Mancoba, we are much in terms of how he plans and everything. Is it a man that likes to stress about such events? Or he knows what it takes when the hydration and everything the entire week, but he knows what it takes to win the tournament?
Yes, tilungiselele kahle yena. Ulungiselele kahle in terms of training. Nemandi watshelile coach ukuthi asenwanathe nje lonke leliviki njengoba sishito. Utilungiselele kahle naphandle nangaba kakhona kulungisana imistake ya last year. But ke ngiyajabula ukuthi ematubane akahle ngikuthi bakushiya ubese uyahamba uyosebentela etiwa leliphutha lo lendile. I'm sure ukuthi ulungiselele leliphutha lakhe bekalenda last year. So namhla utasibukela mhlambe lokungqono. Kungasuye yena yedwa ngenteka kuchamuke labanye lesinga lebesengababoni sengabandi. Ngibonene besilojo nabo bayathembisa. Yes, bayathembisa nabo.
Club wise, which club that gives you confidence in terms of preparations? We've got Correctional, the club lesingasho ukuthi used to run for. We've got RSP, Royal Eswatini Police Services. We've got Slojos. We've got Bo and Sakele. We've got all different clubs. Which club do you think they give you confidence that they could do what it takes this year to win the race?
Ngithembile le RSP ingaqhamuka neSlojo ne-defense nayo ikhona njengoba ngisho sibadlali basolo bangekho but ke angathi ke ukuthi bese balungise kanganani because bebasolo bangekho but nabo ngiyabethemba ukuthi bangasimelela nabo.
Beautiful stuff. Now, like I said, now we are 15 minutes and over 40 seconds into the race. Can you imagine? This is 21 kilometers. Remember, one of the best record we had in 21 kilometers, that was back in 2021 for the first edition, is that Ngulile Gwagama used 1 hour and 17 minutes to finish the race. The route is set, the temperatures are not so far as worse as we expected, and Eswatini have gathered for this edition. We can't wait. What's going on? Now, Klope, we once again at some point we'll cross over to Dlamini just to get the actual information, what's happening live. But Naskuruma race itself, we're now talking about the biggest distance, 21 kilometers. Mongulego Kama, Abo Mangoba Trabatsi. But when you talk about the women category, Siga Sambona Samgelsiwe.
Yes.
Samgelsiwe for the longest time, over and over and over. She's still the best athlete. Naskuluma long distances in the country.
Yes.
Does she have what it takes? I know, Angambuti, Angakurumenai, but Samgelsiwe, I know she's part of this race even today. Do you think she'll be number one?
Yes, angabang number one naye Samgelsiwe ngoba last year kwaba ngithobile ngwenyama. Samgelsiwe beka phukile.
Yes, beka injury.
Yes. Ngicabanga mhlambe kwaba ngiloko but ke angisho ukuthi kumbe angete awina noma utawina. But nje ukhona thobile ngwenyama, ukhona Samgelsiwe, ukhona Nongcebo.
Yes, Nongcebo, yes.
Kule 21 bogugu kumthembu usengakabuyi kahle naye we defense. Yes. But nje bakhona nabo laba ma ladies asimelele sheme imbokodo.
Yes, in terms of our ladies international, sime kanjani sibabonile bo Mancoba going outside the country doing what they can, and now sibo Samgelsiwe be kanjani. But let's hold that thought, because our colleague Linda Dlamini is standing by to tell us where are we now. Remember, last visuals we had, they were passing by Darwich. Have they now passed over Eveni? If you know Mbabane, you know where Eveni is. Dlamini, give us the information. Where are we? Is Mancoba still leading?
Fabrice asethi vele tihlukanisile ke be 10 kilometers sebavele basele bathethe wona umgwaqo lobheka khona embangweni eWoodlands ngala sesivele siqhubeka nayo i21 kilometers ngibonkosi lo savele acacisa ke uqhamuka khona even la komakhelwane eningizimu Afrika uyalida i21 kilometers wayiwina ke imbube marathon yeminyaka wa 2019 ingathi uvele ufuna ukucacisa njengoba umgamu nawubuka nje ukuthi kuseteke ingijimi levelako lengemuva mshiya lo ya sihamba khona ke ngala kuleli side la ngala khona eWoodlands nawubuka nje ukuthi vele sitawukhuphukela khona kulomcansa lesihlabe sesivele la embangweni bese sewukela khona entasi eseclean esidwashini. Kodwa nje ngicabanga ukuthi lo mgamu la uvulele yena bonkosi mkhulu kakhulu Fabrice ngovile ukuthi ukhuluma ukuthi lo nyaka ofisile ukuthi isale lapha ekhaya. Kodwa ke ngekubuka nangale pace lahamba ngayo yena bonkosi akuthembisi neze nani nale pace yakhe uyaqhubeka nokuyinyusa. Yes, ngiyalo nawubuka ukuthi kuyehlela la sesihamba khona uyazama ukunciphisa kakhulu. Ngiyambona futhi yena cishe nguye lengisambonile lekuphela kwakhe ingijimi lethi nayithatha lamanti noma iwonathi wona sakancane, kodwa ke latithela khona kakhulu uthela lapha emilenteni wendela khona phela ukuthi mhlawumbe ema-cramps angambambi. Kodwa nje Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi mina ngikubuka kwami nangabe timvo ngeke tize tishintshe yena bonkosi ngenteka kube nguye lohamba phambili eminyakeni wa 2023 njengoba uyabona mshiya lo lapha ngesheya la siqhamuka khona ukuthi lo mgamu uphose uthi 100 meters invokele engasiyo ke yinhle leyo edingijimi lapha ekhaya. Solo sikhona lapha eWoodlands solo asiphumi la kule township lela eWoodlands. Uyambuka bonkosi, uyambuka lamlandzelako ubaba se akamboni nangakhathi atondlule lapha entasi eblohweni lengashiya mshiya loya kuqhamuka yena ankululeko lengicabanga ukuthi yena number 3 ngiyathi ukuthi bogatse ukuthi mhlambe angaba senzaweni esibili noma angagcuzelana naye bonkosi. Kodwa ke njengoba ngishilo ukuthi bonkosi yena iwina yeminyaka wa 2019 yembobo marathon le uyati wa7 laseningizimu Afrika so yati uyadati ngijimta lapha ekhaya uyati ixuzelana nalapha ekhaya simo selitulu ngicabanga sikonke soyakwadi nyalo sekwenyukela sitawubona ukuthi engabe vele le pace njoba ngishilo ngathi itiyehlukana tingijimi tiba khona letinyusako nakusenyukela tiba khona leti nciphisako nakusehlela but yena bonkosi uyaqhubeka nekuyinyusa ipace ujake khona ukuthi nakufikwa lapha ngase complex ewoodlands afike ashaya ngomoya afike ahamba ke yedwa nasekobukela ke vele sesisuka khona ewoodlands complex sekubhekwa lapha embangweni emaflitsini embangweni so ukela khona eSwatini ya lapho ke kutabe sevele kuyacaca kodwa ke la senyuka khona ke it's a very very steep hill Fabrice nangabeka kanjalo nemoto uyayiva nje ukuthi lele sihamba ngayo ya ithi ngekuthi ifake gear number 1 yena ke Bonkosi naye ngiyambona ukuthi ufake gear number 1 wakakhe lomnika emandla ushaya nje kancane one step at a time but ke Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi njoba ngishilo ukuthi ililanga nyalo sekushintshile akusafanana ngesikhathi sicala njoba nasicala emafube kamanyindana kodwa ke nyalo vele lokushisa sekuyaqala kuyevakala kuyaqala kuyakhombisa ukuthi awu tingijimo titawutsenga ukuthi vele tinase kakhulu lawo manti kodwa njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ngimbonile Bonkosi ukuthi atithela ngalawo manti emilenteni yakhe atithela emtimbeni uyazama ukuthi asi cool down kancane ngalawo manti latholakala kuma water points water points lesesondlulile inyalo solo sisukile khona ePrince of Wales mabili ibe khona lapha ngasesifunzani yaba khona lapha ngasetulu eThembelihle nasota uthatha nje lomgwaco lobo uhlukanisa yona i10 kilometers kayinayo i4 kilometers.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Dlamini. We'll keep in touch. We'll ensure that once again, after that short break, you give us information. Angajabule so far. Emaswati, what's happening? Hlope, besimtsembile man mango. Gwendekani? Bongos, I was actually looking at some of the records, and then he's a familiar face in Eswatini athletics industry because he has attended Wafawa for more than 3 occasions. He's attended the likes of Mbabane Marathon on more than 4 occasions. Talking about this year's, Mbabane Half Marathon, I'm yet to see his records in terms of appearance, but he's a familiar force. And he knows the character. Does he give you confidence? You talked about 20 minutes into the race. That's where you can start indicate to see the person is likely to be the leader of the race. So far, it's 23 minutes into the race. You confident in Shopee now Bongosi utaitsas?
No, so nyalo vele sengibonile sangayithatha vele.
Nalokuthi ukijima abuka ngemuva ukuthi ngibani omlandzelayo.
Uyabuka ukuthi kuhlobile lapha kwakhe vele uyabona lokuthi vele akasiva lokuthi sinenkinga mani bhutile angadlo sesingasidwa yini simaswati. Labantu basiklasa hayi ithi basiklasa vele sikhashane kakhulu angadlo sesingena njani bocoach bakangwane ukuze labadlali bethu bakhona nabo kumane bafike nje kule standard less angathi singenda njani inkinga lenkulu.
It's all about endurance. Can you make sure that as an athlete you last the longest time? When you talk about the routes and the hills, we're better than them.
Yes.
But how come we can't achieve what they can achieve? There's a reason why they come all the way from their countries to come run here.
No, basuke bade vele sibato wini. Ngicabanga ukuthi isala umthelo omkhulu ngile training. Futhi le training yethu ayisiko kahle. Nginotisile nje emaswati lamaningi lokhu kunale race nje kwangicala race bahlala phansi babeka phansi emathulusi nasiyisonzele ngikhani basukuma.
All right. Hlope, as Eswatini TV, we ensure that you as a viewer, when it's a race like this, you get everything. Remember, Linda Dlamini, our in-house analyst, is doing the 21 kilometers. Now, we have our colleague also, Taribo Mfanifuti Bembe, covering the 10 kilometers. So far, Kambanjan.
Thank you Fabrice. Sivusele ekseni, sivusele babukeli, sivusele nawe Beatrice lapho studio. Kusile Mbabane hayi yinhle kakhulu namuhla sibona na kuphela babagijimi bayo Mbabane marathon. Bayincenga mina ke ngilani yalo ngihambana naba be 10 kilometers. Bebabhicene nebe 5 kilometers laba be 10 kilometers ke Fabrice ngasho ukuthi le route yabo ilula consider the fact ukuthi ngwalambabane nami lethi nisaba ngiyadadi leti le route yabo ilula kakhulu lena la ngokusuka nje ePrince of Wales bayahamba Fabrice nawe Beatrice bafike banyukele ngale high school yasesifundzane bese bayigoba bentanga zose bayiPine Valley abehlike kulensaba le endase Pine Valley Fabrice abehlike kulensaba le Pine Valley Fabrice bese bathatha namgwaqo lo phumela ngale eDarridge West towards eDarridge West towards eGap le filling station yeGap lengalanga kubothembelihle bese ke bayehla ke Fabrice ke sebahlukana ne21. So basically lana it's different runners, social runners sesike sahlangana nabo ke bantu labasebenta khona la eMbabane bo FNB mabhange lamakhulu bakhona bomake bakhona abantu labadzala they're keeping fit. Lokuhle ukuthi le marathon lena akusiko ukuthi vele bantu kumele bayigijime ngokuthi bayakompita le marathon lena Feb ya wonke muntu yokushokumisa umtimba is to keep fit njengoba sibona nje la kuceleni kwami nangimake uyayincenga make la but I'm very impressed with the speed sakhe make la very impressed with the speed njengoba kubekishito ke Fabrice it's a almost social like I can see a golfer Busiso Nzabanzaba nyalo uyawalka shothi ushaye kulenzaba they're starting to jog now. So as I was saying Fabrice lokuthi it's social as well as competitive lana kuhle kakhulu to see ngicabanga ukuthi Fabrice nawe Beatrice ngitani na crossover kini nibuyele probably kulabo labasa leader le race ngizama nami nyalo kula kule 10 ngigijime ngiyembili ngiyothatha loyo losolida yona le 10 ngoba itawuphela bajudane le 10 kilometers at least ngulethele the women nangicoach lomkhulu Fabrice uyambona coach weBuffaloes nguye lo naye uyijoinile le race uyayincenga uyijoinile kuhle like I said kuna wonke umuntu la. So over to you Fabrice, let me catch up Mbili and see who is leading this 10 kilometers. Thank you. Over to you studio.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much to our also in-house analyst Taribo Mfanifuti Bembe, just giving us those live visuals of the 10 kilometers. Remember, the distance of this race is 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and 5 kilometers. And the information that I'm getting is that 10 kilometers so far is sort of social. At some point we cross over again to 21 kilometers. But Sakuru Manyaro ehlophe ukuthi 10 kilometers naso soyibuka kahle inako lokuba social kakhulu. If nami ngithi namuhla ngifuna ukusukuma la and I want to be part of the race, chances are ngabalekela kule 10 kilometers. How key and important is for Eswatini, maybe for starters, use these distances like 10 kilometers?
Yes, ikahle kakhulu le 10 na usaqala ngoba yona imfish uyakhona lo usheshe ucethe ungakadzinwa kakhulu ungakabhoreki bese lo munye ukhanze soyakunyenya lokugijima ukuthi usuke wangenelela lokudze lokutabe sekuyamkhama kani lokhu kucetha solo usana lomdlandla kahle kakhulu vele na usaqala ucalele kule 10 nami ngaqala le pass ngenyuka ngekunyuka le timing ngikhula ngikhulisa nama kilometers bese uya so unale confidence so uye so jimile so ngalokwenele ukuthi so ngaqedza lokuthi
beautiful stuff. Nginago lokukhala man ukuthi when you talk about races long distance, such as half marathon, longest distance, because maybe for the sake of the viewers, when we talk about marathon, it's 42 kilometers. When we talk about half marathon, it's 21 kilometers.
Yes,
I have a serious question in terms of diet, but I would ask that at some point. Right now, our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, is standing by to tell us how far are they. Remember, last time I checked, last time you and we checked, they were by Evany, in terms of distance. So far, we are more than 30 minutes into the race. Jamin, Wendegan, where are we? Is Bongos still leading the race? Noma, khona liswati nje livele lathi chi. Langeni.
Yeah, Fabrice, njoba usho ukuthi nasigcina ukukhuluma bese ndlula lapha eWoodlands complex khona eWoodlands. Nyalo ke singenile Fabrice sayishaya isekli Eswatini sangena eindustrial site sase siyakhuphuka kancane kulela blowhole la engathi ufuna ukukhuphukela engathi ubuyele eWoodlands kancane kodwa ke uphinze ugegeke utenga la etindlini temajaji lapho khona ke esohamba uyobheka ngaseveni egroundini. Kodwa ke lengakusho Fabrice ukuthi yena ke bonkosi solo uyalida solo hamba phambili and lomgamo sowuvulile ke kakhulu sowuvulile Fabrice naba nebe 5 kilometers sebamjoinile Fabrice bangene khona lapha imshiya loya bobona ke siyatlo sivele kukhona lapho letindlela tihambe dibane khona kodwa bangethuki nje umbukeli ukuthi ingathi sebemdlulile yena bonkosi cha abakamdluli bonkosi laba labangenile ngilaba 5 kilometers labangene baqhamuka khona ngala eveni base bajoina khona ngala ngase groundini bangena ngala ngase groundini tawunyukela ngakhona ngasesandla kodwa yena bonkosi owakamavuso solo uhamba phambili nawubuka lemuva cishe kude lomlandzelako lovelako nyalo we21 kilometers lokuvele kusho njoba ngishilo nasekuqaleni ukuthi kwangathi yena bonkosi ufuna kuyishaya irecord yalonyaka njengoba usho ukuthi inayisaqala about 3-4 years ago lesikhathi lasishaya ngululeko washaya 1:17 singicabanga ukuthi ngadzile la kusivele le record na le pace lahamba ngayo iyakhombisa mhlawumbe ukuthi vele irecord singaba ne new record kuyo iMbabane half marathon yeminyaka wa 2023 sikhuphukela ngakhona ke sesindlulile egroundini eveni labanyenti bayalathi le ground la 7 singena ngakhona ngala ngakubosandla nyalo nje sigathe ukuthi siyoqhamukela ngakhona esandla solo hamba yedwa yena bonkosi wakamavuso wakhona even laseNingizimu Afrika lokutshela something besikhuluma ke Fabrice earlier on ukuthi solo kusukile iqalile le race about 40 minutes ago nangikhumbula kahle asikaze simbone kanye yena bonkosi awanathe mandi nakhona unathe nje imbijana kusuku kulandzela lokho akade aphinze awanatha so leyawathatha atithele awathatha atithele so kwende emahlandla lamanyenti lokho solo aqalile kugijima lengicabanga ukuthi ude atilungiselele nalokwati ke ukuthi simo selitulo kulamalanga besi ngilesinjani ngalapha ekhaya eSwatini ngicabanga ukuthi naloko kwayidlala inzima lenkulu kakhulu mhlawumbe futhi lokunye lokumenda ukuthi angawanathi kakhulu bakhona abantu labathina sebanathela amanti kakhulu bese baphathwa ngiwo phela emahlaba kodwa nje yena bonkosi akawanathi amanti solo uyadithela solo uhamba phambili nawubuka futhi le emuva lolandzela konyalo ingikhathi endlula egroundini eveni kuyakutshengisa ukuthi vele lo mgamo mutse kakhulu lasenyukela khona nyalo sithatha cishe nakwe emcansanyana lokwenyukela la ngasesontweni ngasesandla lapho khona eceleni kwase ecollege laseScott sisitawunyukela khona nje sibona ukuthi ingabe vele la kwenyukeni bonkosi wenda njani because akakhombisi manje timbawu tekwehla akakhombisi timbawu tekugcinwa noma ngabe sahambile imicansa leminyenti kodwa ke naku kuyenyukela nyalo solo uqhubeke njalo yena bonkosi wakamavuso Fabrice ngakubiyela lokho nje naye umbukele ekhaya ukuthi le ndlela lengibona ngayo tingithule tinvo akungenteka bonkosi albreak el record futhi nangisho njalo kungathi ngamnika mine ngutawudzingeka imiracle ukuthi yena bonkosi inyalo kuchamuke umuntu lengemuva afike amendlule angati ukuthi le speed angabe uhamba speed lesinganani nangachamuka nyalo ingijimi ichamuke ngemuva kwakhe bonkosi ifike imendlule.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Dlamini, for that information. Look at him. That is Bongosi Mavuso. So far, the leading athlete in the 21 kilometers of the 2023 Mbabane Half Marathon. We're talking about time. We're talking about over 35 minutes into the race so far. It will take a miracle for someone to take over him. Good experience here of 17 years. Can someone overtake someone when you are at this pace, when you are focused the way he's focused after 35 to 36 minutes into the race?
Nami ngiyavuma vele sekungaba imiracle nya ngoba the way lo hamba ngawe uyambona ukuthi unale confidence phinze futhi akasiko ukuthi all out usengangeda lokunye intulu kwalokho so hayi vele nami sengiyamnika ngiyabona lokuthi hawo.
Before we listen to that, a conversation with Dlamini following the athlete who is leading, diet. When you talk about diet, we're talking about how you prepare yourself as an athlete in terms of your meals and stuff. Dlamini touched on the issue of water. He hasn't had much of water so far, but to ensure that he cools down. I'll come back to the question. This is the second time the question. But right now, standing by is our in-house also analyst, Taribo Mfanifuti Bembe, who is following the 10 kilometers. It has more of that tendency of being a social competition. Taribo Bembe, so far you're following 10 kilometers. How is the conversation with the athletes? I know you get a chance to ask them, are you confident to have what it takes? Who is leading? And who has the chance to win the race so far?
All right, thank you Fabrice. Siyabonga nawe Beatrice ngila kuMantsholo Road nyalo sisethembelihle. Njoba nibona la ema visuals ethu ngila kujika khona i10 kilometers ifike ijike i10 kilometers ibheke endasi eMontisori going towards Sidwashini kanti i21 imshiya loya iyaqhubeka ngalo Mantsholo Road njoba ubona ibhekele eWoodlands ifike ingene ke eWoodlands yophumela ngale engine garage kune marshal yaba guider labo lekumele babheke ngala kuleyo 10 kilometers njoba ubona ngibo laba be10 befike bajike lana Fabrice. Yes, so far ngicabanga ukuthi lo leader kusasele embili kwanyalo nje bengisababukeli lokuthi njoba nibona vele weather akusiyo leshisa kangako eMbabane but ke nabo bagijimi bafika la bafika bonke bathathe emanti bathathe nanaku lokuncane lokutabaniketa i-energy sibonge kulabo labe bachase lokuthi kube khona lawo manje la khona Fabrice. As you can see down on the floor vele nayile marking lesho ukuthi mawufika la uya 10 kilometers 21 iyaqhubeka khona la njengoba ubona nje vele nje ngiya interacta nabo no siyaphila kakhulu sa interacta nabo vele mabafika la sibe vele ukuthi ingabe kusahamba kanjani so bayincenga as you know Mbabane is uphill especially masofika ngalana kubothembelihle kuyanyukela vele so this is the turning point for Fabrice where they make the 10 between 10 kilometers nayo i21 as you can see the road markings la phasi it's clear ngekukhona kulahleka awulahleki la Fabrice ufike nje ujike ubheke ndasi 10 kilometers 21 ufike ujike nakhona as you see our beautiful ladies yes and shooter jogging very well Fabrice so yeah this is an update for now at the turning point like Emanjolo Road turning towards Montessori National Baptist and Woodlands. Back to you, studio Fabrice.
Now, beautiful stuff. Those are live visuals of the 10 kilometers of the 2023 Mbabane Half Marathon. Thank you very much to our analyst, Taribo Pembe, who is following this distance, the 10 kilometers. Before we cross over to Taribo, now heading to such competitions, how should be your diet and for how long?
Yes, imcoka le kumcoka lokuthi udla ini kanjani. Awudli noma yini as an athlete. Ufune ukuavoid ukudla lokutawukubangela amafutha emtimbeni nomkhandziso sekubangela ukukhuphukela bo BP nabo shukela. Vele kuba special lokudla lokufune ukudle wena. Udle kakhulu lokubilisiwe noma etipini.
Ungadla yini ekuseni nangabe sikhuluma ku 21 kilometers, the starting time was 4 minutes past 6. Do you think these athletes had anything to eat in the morning? Noma it was about just energy drinks, fruits, water and all those?
Kuyashiyana labanye mina nje ngangakhona bekuhamba le appetite before
Stress.
yes stress kaze sakudleki vele kani ngesikwakhona kufanele kube khona lokufakako ukuthola le energy kodwa nje kuyashiyana nje ngoba ngisikhathi silabanye sebanathi mahiwe noma udlalo yobanana noma 2 slices ikakhulu kule 21 ngavele itawudzingeka le energy.
And resting time, because I want to talk about this man, Mr. Bongos Mavuso is leading so far, but the resting time, how should be your resting time? Nangabe namuhla it's Saturday ngemgcibelo, from Monday leading to Saturday. How do you think his resting time has been so far? Do you sleep more than 8 hours? Do you sleep the less than 8 hours, or you maintain your 8 hours that we've been told by the doctors?
Kukahle lo 8 hours kuyale but ke ukhanze ukuthi lo muntu bekasola gym alungisela na i-race utoceza kujima emekujima mhlambe ngalesine noma 2 days before noma 3 days kuya ngalokuthi uresta kanjani utofika lena ufresh then labanye ukhanze ukuthi beka restile 2 days bese kuthi a day before so uyajoga loyo 15-30 minutes ukhombutela mama cells.
Now, the biggest question, Klope, that you have, that I have, that the viewer at home has, is that has the miracle happened? Is Mavuso still leading the 21 kilometer? Where are they now? Remember, last time we checked, they were leading towards, passing Temelite. They have already passed Temelite and all those distances. Where are they right now? Our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, is following closely the 21 kilometers. Master Linda Dlamini, our in-house analyst, where are you now? Who is leading? Has the miracle happened?
Sola sewubona umlingo longenteka Fabrice nyalo nje sivelela ngala ngase okay eCheckers lazivelela khona Fabrice uyakhumbula ukuthi nasigcinana besichamukela khona lapha ngasesandla kodwa ke nyalo sivelela la eCheckers sesizabe sesiyakhuphuka ke Fabrice sibheka ngakhona ngakumanzana kodwa ke kumanzana ngeke sifike nawubuka ukuthi nawukhumula kahle umvila wethu lesihamba ngawo solo yena Mbonkosi wakamavuso ulida yona i-race ye 21 kilometers uyakhumbula ukuthi nasicala sicale negroup yebamvu labangasho ukuthi bayaya ku 13 sabuya sathi 8 sabuya sathi 5 sabuya sathi 3 wasiyadvonsa ke yena Bonkosi wakamavuso nyalo nje kunginyalo utihambela yedwa i distance la ihambako njengoba ubona ukuthi siyayishiya yona iCheckers lapha complex yaseCheckers siyayishiya sijake khona ngathi sijake kumanzana lapho khona uhamba yedwa Bonkosi wakamavuso and nawubuka Fabrice njengoba ngishilo solo ngindawo kusho lokho emahlandla ukuthi le pace la solo ahamba ngayo le pace la solo ayivule ngayo le gap vele angiboni kwenteka njengoba nesikhathi sethu nyalo solo siyasho ukuthi inyalo nje ngu12 minutes to 7 angiboni kwenteka lokho ngicabanga ukuthi vele Tinvo angiboni lokuthi dingajika lula uyenyusa ipace kuyehlela kuyenyuka kubekile ipace yakhe solo ingileyo le ngasho ukuthi iconsistent yena Mbonkosi wakamavuso andike nelanga vele seliphumile njengoba ngeke ngaveda kucala ukuthi lilanga liphumile kodwa kuphuma kwelanga kusho kona ukuthi yena utilungiselele yena Bonkosi njengoba solo aqalile uyatinika isikhathi sekutithela ngalawo manti lawatholako kuma water points ama-water points lesondlulile Fabrice asayaya ku-5 noma ku-6 lesesondlulile kunginyalo solo yena akaze anazi naye lenye i-water point lesendlulako la lapho khona yena Bonkosi solo uyawathatha emanti kodwa akawanathi kude-ke lawanathako emanti uyadithela udithela kuwo ema-muscles udithela embaleni adithele ebusweni and ungathi uyabekisa-ke lesigaba ukuthi utawucala kuphi lokudithela njengoba ucala ngale ngaphasi embaleni bese soyeta kudithela kangetulo kodwa-ke vele njengoba ngisho ukuthi naye uyabuka le ngemuva ukuthi nasenyuka nje nyalo sinyukela la because asikabheki kumanzana sibheka ngathi siya kubo zone 2 la sesibheka khona nyalo solokude lo qhamukako ngale imshelo ya khona okay etitolo tase okay la tichamuka khona naye uyawubuka ukuthi vele imvo lesekumele ukuthi sele ngiyishaya nyalo sel record otherwise kuwina ngasho ukuthi angifuni Fabrice babukeli basheshe bathi bavale mabona kuze wabo ngoba ematubane uyaye uthi umuntu ucabanga ukuthi sonqobile uthola ukuthi if kunekhona ngejim ifinish up yakhe uthola ukuthi isetulo kakhulu sisengagatha mhlambe njengoba ngishilo ngasi kutawubita yona imiracle kodwa asathe ethangeni la dothi ngijim ukuthi emgodlagodlweni wabo kunganani lo petrol wabo nangikhuluma ngapetrol ngikhuluma ngaleso stamina phela labanaso ukuthi bajime kanganani batilungiselele kanganani kodwa nje lengakusho nje Fabrice ukuthi vele yena Bonkosi wakamavuso solo uyalida ulida yona le race yalonyaka yes ungasi kutawuphinzeka eminyakeni wa 2023 ukuthi iwina iqhamuke ngaphandle kwakuleli nembobo marathon siyibonile bawina laba qhamuka ngaphandle sambona lo kubomake loqhamuka eZimbabwe sambona kubobabe loqhamuka even laseNingizimu Afrika ku 21 kilometers sambona loqhamuka khona even laseKenya so kusinika insayeya ngiyathi ukuthi uhleli nayo ilegend Beatrice utawusho ukuthi ngabe vele yini kangaka ngoba siyethemba ukuthi ngilapho nathi besicabanga ukuthi si strong khona simaswati kuma long distance ukuthi sihambe libanga lelithe noma sihlabane sicuzelane sinqobe kodwa ke ukamine akuthembisi ngibaba sengiyabuka emehlo ahlaba phansi njoba ubona ipace mhlambe sawuxolisa kuye naye umbukeli wayo Eswatini TV ngaleto dithombe le tenda gitsa emgwaco la samba ngakhona enyalo la samba ngakhona samba ngenhla wasekhozi khona kunema potholes awusiwo vele lomuhle mhlambe vele le dithombe kungako tigitsa nami ungiva nje ukuthi ngathi ya live liyaceka but nje Fabrice lengakusho ukuthi vele yena Bonkosi solo uyalida sinyalo nje sibuyela emuva siyohlaba ngenhla kwase okay la samba khona solo uyalida yena Bonkosi wakamavuso ngincele lo but ke Fabrice njengoba ngisho ukuthi ipace yakhe iyashiyana solo aqalile nakehla uyayingeta kancane kodwa la kubekele khona iba consistent uyayibamba abe solo emile nyalo nje kuyehlela Fabrice la sehlela khona uyasibuka nesikhathi yena njengoba ngisho ukuthi vele isikhathi sitaba key kakhulu ukuthi uyalibreaka nerecord.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Dlamini. Not only does he want to win beautiful wise, but he wants to win with a record because we're talking about so far 49 minutes into the race and he's passing by Checkers. So if you know where Checkers is, by the like okay in those areas, so you know that he's close to the reaching point. And at some point, you want to ask yourself as a viewer to say, yes, Bonkosi Mavuso from South Africa is leading under the male category. What about the female category? Information gathered as we are yet to cross over to Taribo Bembe is that Samgesiwe Twala is leading. She's one of the top athletes in the long distances and she's leading once again. Preparation is key.
Yes. ulungiselele vele ngicabanga ukuthi kusukela lembobena akake waphumula bekasolo wachubeka gym ulungiselele vele kakhulu siyathemba ukuthi naye utasimelele utawuvela nangabe kungeke kube khona lokunye lokutase kuyendela ngale kwaloko bengimbona nangithi ngoba solo uyajima vele kani kuyamsita ke nalokuthi ajimina labafana ke yena imfihlo yakhe ibala umkhanza ajima nalabafana yena lendazi so vele lokhu kumnika iadvantage le but ke bayeda nalabo thobile ngiyabathemba
Klopp, yes, we're yet to cross over to Taribo Bembo, waiting for the go ahead so that we can also get information to what's happening under the women's category. But nginago lokhala man Klopp ukuthi engabe ikhona imfihlo yini na ukijima and you want to be number 1. Ngiyamove umlangeni witsinzile inzaba ya Bongosi Mavuso ukuthi so far he hasn't touched water in terms of drinking. Nagathatha mandi from the a water point. It's all about just getting himself a bit cooling down. But I know you want to answer, but let's cross over to our in-house analyst, Taribo Fanfuti Bembe. Fanfuti Bembe, remember, he was following 10 kilometers, but to make sure that you as a viewer, you are met at the point of your need, he's now fast-forwarding his moves. He's now covering also the women's 21 kilometers. Fanfuti, Mavundla, Kambajan.
Fabrice ngiyabonga Fabrice the update le hamba konyalo Feb Cindy mas yes nyalo nje ngilandzela Cindy uka 10 kilometers I'm not sure if she's leading uthi no uyambona uyathi inhloko uthi no she's not leading uka 10 kilometers bengilandzela naye ke samkelisiwe belobe ka leader i21 information lekhona Feb ukuthi so pull it out lizaba letibhlungu leto so pull it out kuleyo race as I speak right now sengilothi nje angikhona ukubatshengisa ma viewers uhlethi khona la celeni kwami uNatsemandi right next to me but she's fine but ke sesimnede ilift thina simgibelisile la emotweni she has pulled out ugijimela yona irep she always wins bese mgathileke ukuthi utawina namuhla but ke ulaceleni kwami neyalo she has pulled out Feb. I think that's the update I have now but otherwise Nangsindi 10 kilometers she's not leading but nje she's a veteran job mover nje number 1 veteran so she'll tathatha lesiqoqo leso namuhla sa number 1 veteran but in any case I think the update was ukuthi vele samkelisiwe Feb pull it out unfortunately I cannot show you the visuals but trust me she's sitting right next to me. Thanks Feb, over to you.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Taribo Bembe. You're getting it live here on Eswatini TV. Nangabe ubalance somewhere. Write it. You're making headlines. And Samgesi Wetfala has pulled out of the Mbabane half marathon. Eish, ayin man. Bengtsembile ukuthi she's number 1. What do you think happened? But that's at some point. But it's all about maybe preparations. Do you think maybe it's all about injury and preparations? Because when you talk about also, competitions like this, a lot feature, and she's always attending competitions. Maybe there's also fatigue in the body. We get information, but it's unfortunate to go to Ageko anymore in the race.
I think you totally injured because training wise bengithembile ukuthi cha ujimile ufit for ngicabanga ukuthi injury.
Cindy, she's a veteran.
Yes.
I know as one of the longest serving athletes in the country, 17 years, Beatrice Kloppe here in the studio as an athlete. In terms of records and what she's capable of.
Ukugijimela umbutho.
Yes.
Kodwa ke lengakusho nje uke wawina iVOC nayiqala nje kwaba nguye lo winner lo ithatha. So
busagijima at that time.
bengisagijima but ke besikulenye race eSouth Africa
okay.
Angisho ukuthi bekangeke angishiye.
Competition wise, bekakunike competition.
No.
No, you were on top of your game. Now, Beatrice, sorry to catch you because our in-house analyst in Dlamini is standing by to show us what's happening. Is Bongos Mavuso still in? I hope so. He's still leading. We can give up as Eswatini that a South African once again has entered our country and has won the Mbabane Half Marathon. So far, we're talking about over 55 minutes into the race. Is he leading? Is he yet to make a record? Over to you, Dlamini. What's happening?
Yes, Fabrice, sidlula ngalapha emafletini eMobeni bathi kuseMobeni Mbabane South la sikhona khona sindlulile Fabrice uyakhumbula nasigcinana bese ndlula lapha ngase Khozikhona sendlula ke ngenhla kwase okay sendlula wona lama flats laseceleni kwase okay nyalo sendlulile ke lapha eMobeni solo uyalida yena Nkululeko ngicabanga ukuthi Fabrice sibonile ama-water points asendlula lenye nje nanyalo la lesendlulako kodwa khona lesikubonile lemuva water point lelapha ngase before noma before yona ema-flats la khona ngenhla kwase okay mhlambe kuyagcina ukuthi ngalelinye ilanga bake bafundziswe labo labaphatha wona lamanti ngoba besatha selitray asavele avimbe nabo nkosi kodwa ke sithemba ukuthi nje akamphathamisi kakhulu kodwa solochubeke njalo yena abonkosi wakamavuso la sehla khona nje nyalo sijakele ngakhona ngase Ministry of Tourism lelangenhla kwasemaphoyiseni headquarters yasemaphoyiseni solo ehamba yena mbonkosi waka Mavuso solo uphume yedwa nje ngicabanga ukuthi lokho kodwa Fabrice ngisho ukuthi sekucala sona siphithiphithi edolobheni laseMbabane kuyawudzinga vele ukuthi kakhulu bacaphelele siyacela nje kunalabo bashayeli betimoto labehlukahlukene njengoba incumbi yabo linengi labo liyati labo laba kuthi ikhona irace iMbabane half marathon bahloniphe phela labo laba gijimako emgwaqweni njengoba nemaphoyisa
Dlamini, due to some technical issues, is being cut, but live visuals is that Bongos Mavuso is passing by the Ministry of Tourism. If you know what the Ministry of Tourism is, then you also have to look at Correctional Services headquarters. Then there's the cabinet offices up, so that's where he's heading. Sigesa cooling down system. But now Linda Dlamini is back online. Linda Dlamini, I can see Bongos Mavuso passing by the Ministry of Tourism, heading to in front of the main gate of Correctional Services headquarters. Eventually, he's the winner. Let's give him that. But can he break the record? Can he finish this in less than 1 hour and maybe 10 minutes?
Yes, Fabrice nyalo sendlula khona lapha endlungulu yayo umnyango wokucondzisa timilo correctional headquarters sendlula nje ligede la khona Fabrice ukhuluma ngebreak record nangibuka lesikhathi le pace lasolo abambe yona Mavuso ngicabanga ukuthi utalishaya le record le pace isho njalo irecord lasayibukile nyalo ngicabanga ukuthi ngiyo lo breaker lo 1 hour 10 minutes lo mshoko wena siphangalele ngakhona sendlula ngakhona ka NDMA lapho khona sendlula khona nje emagedeni akhona sijakele kwendlula khona eHigh Court sendlula khona eHigh Court siyondlula khona esibhedlela ngicabanga ukuthi Fabrice ngakhona kusashaya umoya than ngale labe sibone khona ngasemagesini la sibone khona lesiphithiphithi indlela leta ngakhona ngasesibhedlela cishe kushaya umoya akukho kuphatamisa ngoba Fabrice lokunye lokungenta mhlawumbe ukuthi bese soyadileka kancane ngiso phela siphithiphithi lesingasibona emgwaqweni lokwenda ukuthi kuvika imoto nekukuvika nje tongene bantu because nebamvu uyayithola ukuthi akanaki umuntu ukuthi kukhona lokuchubekako emgwaqweni uthola ukuthi sekungamenda ukuthi isikhathi angakhona ukusishaya kahle sendlula khona ke nyalo la ngakhona esibhedlela la sendlula khona lapho khona yena bonkosi wakamavuso solo uyalida uhamba phambili timpawu tekwehlisa lizinga noma speed lahamba ngaso atehli nani alehli siyahamba ke Fabrice ngifuna kubona Fabrice mhlambe ngingabuyisela kuwe ukuthi lapha eRobotini lasesibhedlela siyalathi leli robot ukuthi livamise isikhathi lesinengi ngisemba nje ngoba nangaya emaphoyisa ngiyawabona embekwethu simo atawuzama ukuthi asikhalime ngoba bashayeli betimoto lesinye isikhathi bavamise ukuthi bangahloniphi noma bangalandzeli kuhamba kwabo noma kuchuba kwawo kodwa ke siyabona ukuthi vele timoto timisiwe emaphoyisa vele lesimo asikhalima timile ka left na ka right atimisile lo munye nje besafuna kungena khona emgwaqweni kodwa ke vele ngilabe ngifuna kubona khona ke Fabrice lokuthi kumisa emaphoyisa kodwa bakhonile kusibamba lesimo leso tema timoto bakhona ukuthi bendlule endlule kahle yena nkululeko sorry abonkosi ngoba kusesenguye lo hamba phambili nyalo nje singene khona industrial site ngala kule line ngala ngenhla industrial site lapho khona yena nkululeko solo ahamba embili sendlula khona bombabane motors solo uyalida mhlawumbe sigatsile ukuthi madudane nje siyithole i-water point ngoba solo seyigcinele letulu ikhona ke vele i-water point laseklini industrial site lapho khona kuhlangana khona kuchamuka khona eHaifa Cooper imgwaqo lokuchamuka kubo Haifa Cooper eMinister of Tinkundla ubheke khona kubo le bo Times of Eswatini lesekli leyo sikhona nje nyalo isikhathi kwela lona libloho lelewelela ngakhona ngakubo youth center ikhona ke water point solo uyawathatha yena Bonkosi emanti kude la solo akunatha solo uthi cool down uyatikulisha yena Bonkosi wakamavuso kodwa ke le juice la solo ayithathile lo namnede lamthethe uthathe nje isipho nangasho ukuthi kancane wathatha isipho kancane ngiyabona ke nakhona ku strategic ngoba kuthatha lo namnede kusho ukuthi kutakufakela i-energy lokusho ukuthi ishukela besamdzinga vele emtimbeni wakhe besamdzinga kakhulu kodwa ke nyalo senyukela khona ngala nawubuka ukuthi la senyukela khona nje siyovelela ngasesikolweni kaBoys lazivelela khona solo uyalida yena nkululeko I keep on saying kuleko uyalida yena Bonkosi wakamavuso tithombe yes maham semanyendana lesikhona khona tithombe vele titakwenda kudlala ngoba vele lasamba ngakhona emahams manyendana Fabrice.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Dlamini. Now, if you know the route, if you know Mbabane, you know where there is, times of Eswatini, you go up and you come up from there by, Spedra Sababa, I think in terms of clinic, and then you pass by also MDS. That's where so far Bongos Mavuso is in terms of distance. He is leading and he's showing signs that he is likely to pull the record. 2023 edition of Mbabane Half Marathon. You just woke up, you're wondering, switching on your TV, you're wondering, it's about the edition, it's about the half marathon. In the company of our in-house athletics analyst, that is Beatrice Hlope. Hlope, nangbuga mani Bongos Mavuso ngathi i-training system yakhe ngathi tool. Nangbuga in terms of his caliber and his standard, ulungeli 42 kilometers, which is the full marathon.
Yes.
Ugu half marathon, maybe for him, we don't know his secret. It could be preparations for something we don't know. But ulungeli 42 kilometers, which is the full marathon.
Yes, umdlali we42 vele yena umbuka yena. Njengoba wakwayina nje lembuke lomnyaka. Kodwa ke ngiloku ngiwarishaka ngiloku nganathi lamanti kuthi ngabe i-secret yakhe ikuphi ngoba
bengiya lapho nami ukuthi yini secret
ngoba lenzabithi ufuna wanathe lamanti ungatobuyela lenswayile liphumako
especially nakushisa kanje
liyashisa nalelanga but thina simbona uwanatha kancane angathi lokuthi maybe khona i-secret lanayo noma mhlambe vele ukwenda kanjena ejimini udayilela ukuthi akawanathi yebo kona kufanele wanathe kakhulu ngoba utasa kubangela emahlaba but ke wanatha angathi lothina secret yakhe lana.
Now, not only is Linda Dlamini our in-house analyst on location, but also we do have Taribo Bembe, who is following the 10 kilometers. It has been also, named as a social race, according to what we've seen so far. But who knows? There should be a win at some point. Cindy, at some point, was leading from Umbutu Eswatini Defense Force, but who is leading right now? We don't know. Let's cross over to our in-house analyst for the 10 kilometers, Taribo Mfanfuthi Bembe. Come on, Jan Mafundla.
Sabonga Fabrice, Sabonga Beatrice, quick update la. Ngilana ngasekuphethelweni kwehla la St Mark's High School njengubona nje le landmark ligede la khona St Mark's High School la kuhlangane yona i10 kilometers nabo be5 sabayocetha ezinimati lomgwaqo lona vele wehlela ayele vele straight Prince of Wales Fabrice ngasho lokuthi laba be5 vele they are relatively inqumbi yabo lenhlangane nabo la as I'm walking nje up myself meeting them inqumbi yabo lenhlangane nabo vele bathi hayi bebawoka ngiyababuta nje ukuthi ngabe khamba njani bohamba ini make akakhanuku lutho ukhathele bonke nje basho so fair and it's only 5 kilometers I think nje ngilozo vele imbabane mountainous so nyalo nje bethi nje ngena nje update yayo ke i5 but as you can see nyalo labantu laba babhicene nabo ke beyayo i10 kilometers asengithole nangokuhamba ngumude nje kancane feb kusingiyena ngabe bagijima ini sorry sir, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where are you from, sir?
What's happening?
How are you?
A lovely race.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, lovely race. So I think ngilo nje update feb lengakushiya ngayo nyalo ukuthi umvile umtseshi wokuhamba usi lovely race. Back to you.
Beautiful stuff, Taribo Bembe. I like that. Now you can't say much. This is what happens when you're running. In terms of breathing, the breathing speed and spirit says, so I can understand what's happening for these athletes so far. In the company of Beatrice Klope, one of the outstanding athletes in the country, talk about long distances. As a Kingdom of Eswatini, as Eswatini, we're still lacking behind in terms of international competition when you talk about long distances. So the introduction of competitions of this magnitude, like Mbabane Half Marathon so far, does bring that competition level where we now see our athletes moving up to the next level. Because when you talk about competition, today is the 25th of November, and this is Mbabane Half Marathon. But on 9th December, that is likely 2 weeks away, we're going to have what we call the Mangayane, Mangayane Highway Covenant Tabernacle Half Marathon. So the way we are going, each town board, Beatrice, each town board in the country, sebabuga ukuthi hayi man, singacamana something in terms of half marathon, in terms of full marathon. But what I'm appreciating, bring more competition. It's good for the sport.
Yes, lokho bengithi ngisafuna kusho ukuthi lokunye ngiko lokusibambelela ukuthi because kude lama competitions la labadlali batasi bangajima bese uyahamba uyotigeja ukuthi wende kona yini then laba bane advantage ukuthi every week bane ma competitions and ukhetha loyifunako ngezibona bane ma provinces lamanengi kaze silenyile eMpumalanga lenye kuphi uyasuka eMpumalanga uye KZN lo soyichuzile. So bona vele bahlala basegiyeni abafanani nathi thina ichamuka kanye lokhu kunembube bekunembuve nje yoze kube nembube futhi sebarastile labadlali.
Hlop, Linda Dlamini cannot stop just giving us updates. What's happening? Are we close to the finishing point? My time says it's 1 hour so far and 8 minutes into the race. Linda Dlamini, now it's 1 hour 9 minutes. Remember, the biggest record we have, it's 1 hour 17 minutes. Ngos, Dlamini, come on, Chan.
Yeah, Fabrice, we're getting closer and closer. Sindlulile ke Fabrice sendlula khona esikolweni eSt Francis sendlula ngenhla kwaseSonveni Evangelical eMbabane senyuka nyalo nje sishaya yona isekli lekhona khona la sisitawuvelela ngakhona ngase golf course kulesekli lekhona ngase golf course njoba usho lesikhathi kutaba tight kakhulu ke Fabrice le record kodwa ke njengoba ngisho ukuthi tinto tiyenteka timane kwenteka Fabrice kusele 7 minutes ukuthi ameshe leyo record 6 minutes ukuthi abreak yona le record yakhe enkululeko kodwa ngekubuka kwami njengoba sisengefike khona lapha eSeklini egolf course umgoqo lohlanganisa wona luchamka eVeni nakubofandeni nalobheka khona enkundleni yase Prince of Wales kodwa ngekubuka kwami lesigamu lesisele ngicabanga ukuthi 7 minutes angamthatha lokusho ukuthi le record kungenteka ichubeke ingabreakeki nangisho kanjalo kodwa asadi nje Fabrice ngishilo ekucaleni ngathi labanye bamvu ifinish up yabo bashanga lamanye emagiya sambona ke 2019 yena Bonkosi ukuthi nasekuyocedwa cishe ipace uyenyusa kanganani lesingabona namhla ukuthi vele nale pace yakhe seyifuna kodwa nje Fabrice kukhona letinye imoto letsolo timphathamisa yena Bonkosi ngenhlanhla emaphoyisa asheshe ayakubona lokho solo nje bebasolo ba kusukela sisukile ngale esonveni evangelical bebasolo baphathamisa lo bekungenta ukuthi yena Bonkosi mhlambe kungamphathi kahle ngoba singishilo ngathi nawusagijima emgwaqweni uyi-athlete awudzingi vele kuphathamiseka etimotweni sendlula lona libloho lalapha golf course lapho khona sibona ipace seyithanza kushintsha ufuna emanti ke ufuna emanti yena ukhomba emanti yena Bonkosi njoba so ipace vele seyisho ukuthi kumele asale acedza aphinza athi cool down watholile ke emanti la eSeklini egolf course solo uyatithela ngawo solo uyawafaka phinza wakhokhe akawanathi njoba ngisho kusi nyalo sendlula khona ngala egolf course ngenhla kwase golf course sikhathi lengisho ukuthi mhlambe sisele singasho sithi 3 minutes to 4 minutes lesingasho ukuthi mhlawumpeni lelo record kodwa nje ipace vele isho kona ukuthi solubambele ya bengicaba ukuthi uyayinyusa nakasehla ehlela lapha ngaseSeklini kodwa ke angiboni Fabrice ukuthi kutawendeka kanjani kodwa nje njengoba ngisho ukuthi le gap lengibonako between yena na number 2 ngoba number 2 solo sibaba sesiyabuka mshiya lo ya asiboni besicabangile ke Fabrice ukuthi mhlawumbe number 2 lo qhamuka khona ngemuva utayinyusa le pace azame ukuthi amane amkhanze na Bonkosi kodwa ke akwenteki lokho uyasibuka isikhathi yena Bonkosi ukuthi ingabe vele irecord utayibreaker yini kodwa ke ngicabanga ukuthi yena engondweni yakhe uyathi ukuthi bekabeke isikhathi lesinganani isikhathi lesithini kutikala nje ukuthi ingabe vele le record utayishaya yini ipace iyenyuka nase lesekugcina ukuthi mhlawumbe senyuse yona ipace indlela lesihamba ngayo because utashiya yena Bonkosi ngoba sesiyangena sendlula khona eclub eMbabane club lapho khona singena naye Bonkosi uyangena Fabrice ngisho nje vele ngithi it's not official kodwa ngakwenda mina kube official ngisho ukuthi yena Bonkosi wakamavuso nguye champion weMbabane half marathon yeminyaka wa 2023 sitawubuka lesikhathi ukuthi ngabe vele irecord noma lesikhathi uyasibreaker yini 2023 winner nguye yena Bonkosi wakamavuso uyangena khona lapha enkundleni yase Prince of Wales ngisho ukuthi ingabe vele lesikhathi sithini sitawushaka Fabrice nema cameras ethu sibuke ukuthi ingabe vele uhamba kanjani khona la enkundleni yase Prince of Wales njoba yena Bonkosi.
Now, beautiful stuff. Interesting to follow. And I like on how Bongosi is so fast. And, our camera people couldn't keep up at some point. He had to overtake them. But beautiful stuff. From the starting point, the record has been broken because when you talk about now, he has finished it. Right now, he was entering the gates of Prince of Wales in Mbabane. And we're talking about 1 hour and 14 minutes. Remember, the biggest achievement was so far 1 hour 17 minutes. So, Mavuso, 3 minutes, that's a record. We appreciate what you've done. Congratulations for this, and I'm sure we get your reaction, and we hear from those reaction from our analysts. Quickly, Hlope, Stauchiga, see Taribo at some point, just to hear also what's happening with the 10 kilometers. He deserves it, Mr. Mavuso. He has achieved it. He showed us how it's done and what is supposed to be done. 1 hour 1 hour 13 minutes. He is the winner.
Yes, kuyabonakala ukuthi usijimele le speed usendile kakhulu. Eni bombona lokuthi ezahamba uyagayina. Lokusho ukuthi vele cha usebendile kakhulu.
Now, these are some of the visuals for the people who are at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane, the finishing point. It's a fun-filled day in terms of, those who came to take part of this marathon. The majority also came for social reasons, just to say, you know what, it's month end, why not? Let me part of this race. Let me just do something. And let's cross over to Taribo Bembe. He wants to do a short interview with the actual winner. This is Bongos Mavuso, 1 hour, 13 minutes, the actual winner of the 2023, half marathon in Mbabane. Over to you, Taribo Bembe. Utsini waka Mavuso.
Thank you, Fab. Kwamukela ngilana ePrince of Wales. Embi kwami nginaye bonga inkosi Mavuso. Losawine yona i21 kilometers. Uqhamuka khona eScotland. Ngiqanisa sitamkhulumisa kancane. Siqolise isound yethu vele kunemsindo la, but I hope utawuvakala Fabrice mangumbuta nje uthi bonkosi i-race number 1 ngabe utiva njani?
I know I'm the right kakhulu.
Right kakhulu but ingabe nje yes 21 kilometers Mbabane very mountainous. Uyiva njani wena?
Set up kakhulu. Inentaba kakhulu. Ayithatha.
Maluselelo akho ngoba vele iSwaziland mountainous ngabe uqhamuka kuphi wena? Maluselelo akho ukuthi uzofike la uwine ahambe njani vele?
Ngiqhamuka eSouth Africa eThekwini. So bekuyirace yami ukuthi ngizovala ngawunyaka ezonyaka usuphelile, so ngiseyawuthi ngize ngapha ngizovakasha ngivala inyanga.
All right, sabonga Thongibose Bonkosi, congratulations. Feb nguye lona ngiqolise nje isound yami vele all over la inqumbi yabantu siku finishing line sesimwemukele yena Bonkosi lo sayiwinile. Angathi noma uvakele yini, but I hope uvakele, but otherwise iambience yalana ikhona na imascot yethu izivakashele. Sikhona nje la senqumbi labantu lesebaqedzile Fabrice sebamele nje kona nje kuthatha ama medals abo. As you can see nje mawufika nje deskini la mawuqedza ufika uregister mawuqedza register uthatha ema medals akho. So saqhubeka sigadze la finishing line, sigadze labo labetako siyathi sike baseta ke ilady ye21 iseta siyayigadza khona la finishing line. Over to you Fabrice.
Now, thank you very much, Taribo Bembe, our in-house analyst down there at Prince of Wales in Mbabane, the actual winner of the 2023 Mbabane half marathon. That is Bongos Mavuso, 1 hour 13 minutes. Uqhamuka eThekwini, Republic of South Africa. I-race yakhe egcina kulo mnyaka. We understand ukuthi lo muntu Hlope na ukhuluma nge-calendar of activities. He has a calendar of activities. Nakathi i-race yami yekugcina yemnyaka. In other words, uyaplana ukuthi by the time kufika November before nje sicala inyanga yengongoni ndawufika eSwatini ngijime i21 km. Now uthi ambuka na ukhuluma nga South Africa in terms of pace, in terms of Eswatini being a mountainous place. Thekwini nasimathi kahle Thekwini uflat at some point. Ufika njani ukuthi umuntu ocama kule ndzawo le flat afike kule ndzawo le mountainous abe ngishampagne? What's the secret? What do you think he did?
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngalesibona ba flat usebenzisa kakhulu ground because nale flat especially yase groundini na uyende kakhulu iyafana nalokuthi wendele hills uyawathola lawo mandla lawo ehill. Lokunye kuba idiscipline, ushothi udiscipline lomdlalo lo unyalo njani uyamva ukuthi yekugcina so noma sekungachamuka yipi yena so uthi
ufuna ukuphumula.
Yes, uyathi ukuthi lelandela ufuna kwenda nako ngoba ngiloko lokumqoka akufuneki ukuthi uhambe uqhumukela nje uqhumukela ufuna ukukhetha ukuthi okay ngidawugijima nayi race nayi ngibekise ngale 42 nje awende abe maningi alandzelana ufune ukhethe ukuthi okay ngidawugijima imbube nga-October shothi before October ufune ngibe ngigijime yinye kumbe le kubo 3 months maybe lenye ukhaze noma ugijime 3 ngeminyaka ucalculate ukuthi ufuna kwendana manje thina badlala ukhanza ukuthi sawubona le siyagcumukela kana ukayiprepare kahle.
I like that Klop. Ngathi we will need you more nasikhuluma ngemathuba live in terms of experience and exposure here at Eswatini TV. Beatrice Klope, if you joined us, I can tell you what she's talking about. It's not that she studied it. No, she didn't have to study it. She did it for 17 years. Do you understand what 17 years is? From 2002 to 2019. So she knows the ins and outs of being an athlete. She knows the secrets. She knows how to lie. She knows how to achieve as an athlete. If you, as a winner, he is from Durban, a place that is flat, eThekwini. Now he comes here, becomes a winner in a mountainous place. The secret is 7 ground in terms of speed and everything. Now, at some point, we once again cross over to Taribo and Linda Dlamini. Maybe just get the reaction of other winners. Also get the Municipal Council of Mbabane. What are they saying? Also get Eswatini Athletic Association. Hear what they're saying. Members of the public. In terms of competition like this, we accommodate everyone as Eswatini. They take part of such competition. So if time allows, we cross over to them. Now, silithole ithuba Hlophe ukuthi sibuke 21 kilometers kancane sitfole 10 kilometers kancane sitfole 5 kilometers. What did you learn from this race? Ngiyathi ukuthi you've attended different competitions, be it lakhaya, be it ngaphandle, but lesingasho ukuthi kusifunzo in terms of experience, lesingasho ukuthi we're leaving the studio at some point, but something that you learned from this this marathon this year yini ongasishare khona?
Kuleya lonyaka ngicabanga ukuthi la ngathini ngayibeka ngithini yona ingcono kuneya last year.
Yes.
Nalabantu uyabona ukuthi baningi but ke lengikubonako lengikufunzako vele still sisengake fiki kuleli zinga. Njengoba ngisho ukuthi vele icala le training kadzeni bathi okay sisengeke fiki thina sibakhanzile bathi bebangakhethi ukuthi ugijimela i-defense i-correctional noma i-RSP beba bese babuthana because le sport lesivele sifuna ukuthi ube nenhliziyo lenhle ungasho ukuthi ngoba lo yawo ugijimela in babuthane bajime together babe coach munye lo tababuka bathi bebentiswa ngihlawe that time abalanza nje bonke bajimeke bona ke bajimela ukuthi bafayithela sebafuna ukukhompitha nalabamfu laba bangaphandle. Siphume kulomoya wokuthi ngifuna ukukhompitha nalo we defense noma lo we RSP mina i-correctional lapho vele ngeke sibakhona labale ngaphandle singakabambana. Yes.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Hlophe, because Linda Dlamini is at Prince of Wales standing by. I haven't got an update who he wants to speak to, but what I know that he has to speak to someone. It could be the organizers, it could be the athletes. Over to you, Dlamini. Tell us about the ambience. What's happening live at Prince of Wales?
Asibonge Fabrice naye Beatrice naye umbukele ekhaya njengoba usho ukuthi lapha enkundleni yase Prince of Wales ngibonile ukuthi umtolile Taribo yena Bonkosi kodwa ngithite ngalosi iwina iwina kugcina ukuthi uyithole kahle nesound yethu say clear. Bonkosi, congratulations my brother, uwinile i-race 21 kilometers awuqale ke kuwina lapha eSwatini. How was the race na ungayibeka nje overall?
Ngibonge kakhulu bhuti wami. Igama lami nguBonkosi Mavuso ngoqhamuka eSouth Africa. So i-race bekuyi-race bikade i-tough kakhulu because inama hills amaningi, so mina ngokwamangena umuntu ojwayele ama hills because eThekwini nako awekho maningi kangaka ama hills kodwa nje ngithi uma ngifika la ngayithola i-challenge yama hill, but overall it was a good race. Yeah.
Ukhuluma ngema-hills sibonile bonkosi ukuthi unawufika ngathi noma leti ndzawo uyadadi but towards i-woodlands uvele wadonsa wadubula waphuma waba wedwa strategy besithi vele le gap ufuna kuyivula yini from the get go noma ufuna kubayekela ubathole sotawini.
Hayi no la Eswatini ngijwayele kakhulu ukudlala cause ngike ngawina imbube marathon ngo-2019 so vele bekade ngisitshelile ukuthi from the start maybe u3 kilometer ngizohamba nalo ibhantshi but then after the 3 kilometer ngizozama uku-challenge abantu engikhompitha nabo ngibatheste ukuthi how the strong they are so ngibonile ukuthi uma ngibathesta abakwazanga ukuresponda so ngicabanga ukuthi bengi-strong kunabo.
Bengubalela Mavuso unathe nawusasuka la kancane waphinze wasesonatha kabili ijuice towards the end indlela yonke bosolutithela ngalamanti bongafuni kwanatha besithini le strategy.
Hayi strategy sami besisimple kakhulu. Uma isa-start i-race angiyena umuntu othanda ukusebenzisa amanzi esikhathini esiningi because ngisuke ngibalekela ukuthi mhlampe angaze angishayise ngamahlaba so uma isiyophela ke-race ngicabanga ukuthi lapho engisuke ngidinga khona amanzi kakhulu.
Okay but ngicela kuhweshisa nangibafula kuceleni kwami uyavela etithombeni tabo incele mhlawumbe umbuto wekugcina siyabona ayisho sisema-race akho la ngithu lawo wawina Eswatini lamakhulu ingabe sakubona neminyakeni lotako uda early February kune-race ka-epilepsy organization ingabe singakubona yini uda uyijoyini.
Ngeke ngize ngiqinisekise lokho bhuti wami kakhulu ngoba ngisuke nginama-race engisuke ngiwa-targethe kakhulu like ama-SA championship so kukancane ukuthi ngingeza ngapha.
Siyabonga.
Ngibonga kakhulu bhuti wami.
Ngidabe sesengamlanza-ke ngilanza yena amancoba lo bengunumber 2 ku-race yalo nyaka yena imbabane half marathon mancoba bhuti wami. Ngiyathi ukuthi lithemba lemaswati lonke belila kuwe ukuthi eminyakeni wa-2023 mhlambe ungayiwina yona imbabane half marathon kwendekeni mancoba mhlambe nje ungangilandzisa kancane ngoba ngibonile the first kilometer benikule group ya 13 webamvu kwase kuyahamba ukuthi the next 2 kilometers nabangu-8 kwendekeni bambamba la ndleleni.
Kahle la makuphela 2 kilometer ngifikele kuthina nje lokungaye emva ngalo swendekeni and ngihlalele emva isikhathi esithi solo ngibalandzela because bahle bese la kuthene khona i10 kilometer bese sengibanga number 4 ngicabanga ngathi ngihleli kwaze kwena sayisa ungena ama kilometer la ngi16 la ngifike ngabe sengiphinze ngibuya khona ngabe sengiyaqinisa speed sami ngisolo ngisakha kulamalanga lawo because bengiyathi ukuthi singa speed la ngasekugcineni kuze khona kuyiwina at least but kwendekile this man was very fast than me but I appreciate umqinisa kwakhe.
Mancoba mhlambe ngifuna ukubuta nje ngenza kwesikhathi ngiyathi ukuthi na ugijima kakhulu uyayicompete against time ingabe isikhathi lobo sifuna usishayile yini.
Ngihlule ngi 2 minutes esikhathini lebengifise ukushaya 2 minutes ngishaya because bengibale ukuthi ngangena nga 115 because ngike ngayigijima i-race na last year ngaba number 2 lesikhathi sakhona zathi bo 1:17:38 seconds but phinde sangihlula lesikhathi because ngihlulekela kuqaleni kahle kwangisitha ke noko bese ngikapitaliza ngespeed because ngathi imandla bese yabuya nje simakazi bese yayehlisa.
Ndakubuta mancoba because uhambile wayiwina i-race eTaiwan but imbube marathon iwina yakhona qhamuke South Africa 21 kilometers qhamuke Kenya naku namuhla Mbabane half marathon iwin qhamuke even laseningizimu Afrika ingabe lokho kunika inine nithi ngijimta lapha ekhaya Eswatini sayayini labanika yona.
Ujima lokufuna ukuyasita asijimi kahle but siyazama sengukuthi sine sihlala sijima ngekuhlukana sima athletes la Eswatini asikhona ukuhlangana sibe athletes ahlangene kanzi lawo abantu lesikhompyutha nabo bajima bangema team balekelelana amabajima so beta bane-speed lesilungele ukuthi batawukhona ukukhompyutha nathi ba-capitalize espeedini sabo kithi lokushawa nje kuba ngilokuthi asijimi kanye kanye akwendeki nakanye sihlangane sijimi kanye kanye thina sibonana emaresini kuphela nalamaresi lakhona le-Eswatini mancane ukhanda ukuthi khona le nyanga le tawuphela 3 months solo kude lenye race phinde siyithola after 3 months kube ngikhona phinde sithola lenye race lokho kusenta phinde ukuthi sibele emva singakhona ukukhompyutha nalabantu abakhompyutha kulamanye amafa.
Sabo.
Ngiyabonga sir.
Nguye ke Mancobo kaNhlabathi loyo but sengidawufuna ke vele sebakhulumile ema-winners bonke la sebahambe phambili bese ngiyamlanza lo mdzala lapha edolobheni Mr. Vuswa Katembe mhlambe ungasichazela nje ukuthi umsebenzi soluqalile ngibonile itinombolo ekseni lokwa ngelivivi bese bavele bakhona naku sesiya ngasemaphethelweni seyikhona newinner ye-21 kilometers ingabe nine nilidolobha laseMbabane nijabulile ngendlela lekuchubekeke ngayo.
Angibonga kakhulu Msakathi. Kungaba kucala ngikubonga nje ukuthi sive saseMbabane naso sonke sive selive la kaNgwane siphume ngedinkani sato supporta lo msebenzi lo ngendlela sikwa ngayo ukuthi vele tindzaba tekuphila i-physical fitness wellness at work itakhiwa ngitodona letinto leti ukuthi umtimba siwushukumise. Siyabonga kakhulu nje umsebenzi solo uhamba kahle kakhulu ema-winners ayangena nalabanye ke yesi siyabona lokusivele into nasebayijwayelele yes nabanye bayacala namhla kugijima but nje ikakhulu sibonga kakhulu nomsebenzi wayo uhamba kahle kakhulu.
Mhlambe nje ngidawuphinze ngibude ngalo lidolobha laseMbabane siyabona ngathi limatasa siyabona umdlalo oligaluva asibonile futhi nivulane nenkundla lapho khona kudlala khona skating naku nyalo iMbabane half marathon iyabanjwa cishe yonke lomnyaka ingabe vele singabona mhlambe kule minye imidlalo alidolobha lingena alisekela leyo midlalo.
Cha lidolobha vele lisebenza ngale ndlela ukuthi le wellness ngiyona base yakuwonke for one to be productive funa aqale aphile kusho ukuthi yonke lemidlalo nje kancane kancane nje uyibala yonke lo yibalako izinto awungeteka naleminye idolobha laseMbabane libe labantu abaphilile. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Bekunguye ke yena meya walo lidolobha laseMbabane Mr. Vuswa Katembe ngidawumfuna acting CEO walo lidolobha laseMbabane amane ete yena acting CEO Nkosi umsebenzi mkhulu endongathi uyakhula minyaka yonke wena njeka acting CEO waye masipala wasedolobheni laseMbabane ubona uhamba kanjani nihambe ngendlela intifiso tenu lidolobha laseMbabane.
Angibonge Msakathi kuhambe kahle kakhulu siyamangala nambana ukuthi lo msebenzi bongaphakama ube ngilezinga leli njengoba nasiqala ko siplana nasibesiplanele ukuthi aba ngumsebenzi kepha ke nasibuka kuikakhulu ukuthi abagijimi nje besibale lapha usister uyela kubo 800 sesiyamangala nyalo over 1.3 babe banenge kakhulu abantu abafikile and lesasa salikhulu kakhulu siyabona abantu beMbabane bayakuhalela lo msebenzi ofana nalo konke kuhamba kahle kakhulu Msakathi sibonga nje kuphuma abantu beMbabane nalabo lekunye sikunotisile akusibo baseMbabane kuphela khona baphuma eSouth Africa labetile nabo phuma kulamanye amadolobha ngibabone nje meya uzimankaya nagijima naye la kube into lenkulu kakhulu sasa salibe sedulu kakhulu.
Ingabe nje kusasuka lona liviki because sibonile indzaba yekushisa kwesimo selitulu ukuthi akanitfusi yini nisahlela wona lo mcucelwano noma lo le race half marathon ukuthi kunende nisabe ukuthi ngenteka badingijimi dingabe setiyaphelela namuhla.
Sibe nako lokho kusethusile lena ubuka lelizinga lokushisa lelibengiko lizinga lokushisa libe setulu kakhulu kusethusile lokushisa kwalo besinako saba ukuthi ngenteka abantu bangachamu kepha simangelo si babe ngetulu labanye ke lesikunotisile ukuthi abantu bafikile baba abantu laba bakhona bafika bakhanza kodwa ukuthi bebangakaregisi kepha bangenile bagijima naloku lelanga beshisa kangaka nje impela kepha bagijimile impela ngendlela emangalisako siyabonga nje kakhulu ukuthi baphumelele naloku le weather injena siyabonga ukuthi namunye lo wile nako lunye bese kwesaba ukuthi nendlela eshisa ngayo ngento bese basilimalela kepha konke kuhambe kahle siyabonga mzala.
Last question. Singabona yini ukuthi eminyakeni lotako iqhubeke yona iMbabane half marathon ibe khona?
I-guaranteed lo mnyaka lotako itaba khona sethemba futhi inombolo itaba inkulu kakhulu lo mnyaka lotako si ready for that nasi sisitawulungisa kakhudwana sithi ilungiselele ukuthi le nombolo vele sitawuthola inkulu kunaleti vele itaba khona nobe kanjani.
Asibonge acting CEO. Bekunguye ke loyo acting CEO Bongani wakadlamini. Ngidabalanza ke tingijimi ngokwehlukahlukana kwato. Ndamlanza nje ngiyabona impela bongenele phi irace wena?
Bengenele 5 kilometers.
5 kilometers ingabe nje udiva unjani nje bowoteni kwesaba ku building up kule race namhla ngoba sibonile kushisa kwesimo selitulu lokube khona kusaqala leliviki bowungasabi ukuthi ngenteka.
Now, thank you very much to our in-house analyst Nida Dlamini, having conversations with those interviewee. That is the winner, the actual winner, Ngos Mavuso, telling us everything. We'll get a proper summary from Hlope, our in-house analyst, when it comes to athletics, to get the in full information about what happened. But I want us to cross over to Taribo Bembe, Fanifutu Bembe, because now he's following 21 kilometers Hlope for the female. Remember, some guys were pulled out of the race, but who is the potential winner? Somehow, there's a name that came across. Let's hear from Taribo Bembe. Mafunda, kuhamba njani, 21 kilometers, the female winner.
21 kilometers Feb sinyuka St Francis nyalo tithombe tethu siveta yena Thobile Ngwenyama ugijimela yona i-correctional ngisho ukuthi uyayincenga Feb so yasonzela to become the winner. Bayamkhula down nje, as you can see. I think this is almost the last water point la St Francis Feb. She's doing all right. I'm very happy with the pace. Njengoba bona le challenge la celeni kwa ngilibutile nje ukuthi ingabe uyipace setter ya Thobile yini what I know uyadigijimela akasiyo ipace setter yakhe in reference ukuthi Feb ngibona le pace yakhe Thobile ukuthi I know yinhle kakhulu especially last uphill nyalo la ngase St Francis njoba uyibona le pace iyajabulisa kakhulu. She's been prepared for this. Ngicabanga ukuthi basese interview yavo takusho ukuthi vele upreparishile for this race. Nguye ke Thobile lo Ngwenyama ugijimela yona i-correctional. Ngasho ukuthi nje kule stretch lesi probably 3 kilometers or so uyafika ePrince of Wales sakeka nyalo sikeka ngale ngemuva kune police camp enkambe amaphoyisa emkhathesini kwayo eSt Francis. She's doing very well. Uyakhula nokukhuluma kancane so relaxed. And obviously ukhathele i-face expression yakhe is too focused. Uyambona lokuthi vele utimisele kulomjaho lo or kule lokugijimela le run le. Otherwise Feb ngawhlala la naye ngumlandzele probably until yona i-finish line. So mangibuka isikhathi ngibuka ne-pace yakhe probably in the next 5 minutes or so ngabe sakashaya inzambo ePrince of Wales. Otherwise nguye Thobile Ngwenyama ugijimela i-correctional leading first female kule 21 le leader. As you know ukuthi khona sebavele baphule out labe bengama favorites akakwadi yena lokho ukuthi khona sebaphume out bebama favorites la egijimeni but ke ubelesele njalo yena. So soon sabe simcongratulate simneti medal yakhe simuva ukuthi ingabe letinsaba tala eMbabane nokugijima la edolobheni ukukhanze kunjani. Otherwise over to you Fabrice. Ngicabanga ukuthi probably in the next 2 or 3 minutes ungaphinze ungithathe ngabe sengufinish line sengigadza yena vele ukuthi angene ePrince of Wales ashaye yona inzambo. Over to you Fabrice now with Patrice.
Now, thank you very much to Taribo Bembe, who is following the 21 kilometers female category, 1 hour and 37 minutes into the race, and Thobile Ngwenyama is leading so far. Quickly, before we cross over once again to the team that is down there, Prince of Wales, because at some point we want to listen to Thobile Ngwenyama, what is she doing better to become the winner. But there's no other person who might know Thobile Ngwenyama better than Beatrice Hlophe Hlophe ngiyatsemba and nalo lithemba lelikhulu kakhulu ukuthi nasingamisa nyalo Linda Dlamini, please, whoever you are, can you ask Thobile Ngonyama if her biggest inspiration comes from Beatrice Hlophe Umati closely. She's running for a club that she used to run for, that is correctional. What's her character in terms of being one of the toppest athletes, top biggest athletes in the country? And to you, Umati angumuntu lonjani?
Ngithobile Umati angumuntu lo khona ukubeketela. Abumelele lo Madima lo mbona njengoba umbona nje. But ke njengoba asho Dlamini ngale ukuthi akati ukuthi uphumile Sam. Le pace la gijima ngayo nje sotshela ukuthi songishiyile kube uyati lokuthi akasekho Sam ngawuhamba le ngedudlwana
chances are akade ukuthi samke sesophumile.
Yes kube uyati ngabe now yes nyalo so umukele lokuthi hayi songishiyile.
That's another secret lesingasho ukuthi when you run you think so there are big names, so yatitshela ukuthi amongst the biggest athletes we have in the country engabe samukuphi at some point hayi man ngendeka vele so vele usembili.
Yes ngibuyela le ekutheni nakule nkushido ukuthi asijimi ndzawonye njengoba shido mancoba kanti kube sijima ndzawonye akunenzaba ukuthi uRSP correctional bayatana uyambona ukuthi okay nakalapha Sam mina ngila yabona niyakhona lokusekelana la kule pace ngoba nijima ndzawonye niyatana so ngabe uyambona nje ukuthi okay lokho ahambe kangaka mina so sikufune ngende so ngoba bakwende from ejimini nyalo nje ngilo uyatigijimela nje which is kutasibeka kusithatha isikhala esithe vele ukuthi sikhone lokukhompyutha nalabami.
Hlophe nginako lokukhala mana kancane because simuvile at some point Bongas Mavuso, the actual winner, speaking to Linda Dlamini in the interview, he said yes, winning the 2019 beg your pardon 2019 Mbabane Marathon. He said why win 2019 Mbabane Marathon? Mbabane Marathon, it's a full marathon. When you talk about a full marathon, it's 42 kilometers.
Yes.
Ndakubekisela kancane Hlophe uyeta Kismus. Nakuna Kismus bantu labatsari baphekela nawuphekile faka kwabo waenza wona. Webamvana botwana. Why would you rob us kangaka? We're not taking away his victory. We needed 21 kilometers Mbabane half marathon, but usuka kubantu abatsara 42 kilometers. Hayi man ngiyakhala Mavuso utanjani ku 21 kilometers because kuwe fana ukuthi vele bekadla la kulabantu labatsara so decide ukudla nabamfana namuhla. Why akayekele ngani bomancoba ukuthi bakhona kuyiwina le tournament? Or it's a strategy as an athlete. If you want to grow, you maintain lower pace in the 21, then when the 42 comes, then you take it to another stage. Is it a strategy, or he's also just maybe like Ashito, very finishing up his calendar of the year?
Kungaba ngiloko phinze kuyasita nangabe ugijima lama marathon uhlale kakhulu kulama 21 because le 21 is faster than le marathon.
Yes, a full marathon.
So nangabe wena buhleli kakhulu kulama 21 then bese uya kule 42 kuba easy. So labanengi vele bajima lama race la ngaphansi lamancane. Yes atoba nale speed then nakafika ngale so khanza ukuthi umthwalo wakhe sowulula.
We cross over shortly to Prince of Wales and hear what Thobile Ngonyama has to say, but nathi ngiyayibuka the body language in terms of pace and everything. Yeah, Thobile ufunzeni na umbuka nje running. Yes, ngiyakuva when you say chances are she does not know that Samgese uphulile out of the tournament, but whatever the case, she knows she has to be within the top 3, top 5. Yes. And nagabuya back to the club, what is likely to be the response? Does the club, like correctional, athletics club, congratulate her when you come with such victory, or it's all about no, next time make sure that you break a record?
Yes, bayamkhutsata shem bayamcongratulate. Manje-ke ngicabanga ukuthi sowuthiniwe le ndlela ombona gijima ngayo. Kani uyaye athi coach coach abekathi ku 5 kilometers to go. Sekude lo soku reserve lapho. Ufune sale kuba all out. So wahluleka kuloko uya ushothi sesiyakushaya ke lesikhathi. Njengoba uyeva nje so wende bo 130 bani but kube ucale kukhila le kulo 5 to go angakhona ukuthi lesikhathi bese sibangcono but ke nangabe vele sekude ke lamandla vele so uta maintain yathi manje sale ngiceza nje kana ujime kahle vele ule finishing fune ibonakala shinje le speed uthi nyalo so uyucetha.
We talked about the route at some point, Klopp, and we highlighted that it is important as an athlete when you're doing your preparations that you use the same route. E-race is today, 25 of November. How long do you need? Twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times to use the same route in terms of preparations? He's local. Mavuso we're not so much sure because he's international. But for an athlete like Mangoba Hlabatsi, do you think maybe he used the same route more than 2 to 3 times in terms of preparations?
Ngasiko sure ukuthi kwayenda in but bona ngithini sine advantage ukuthi vele ikhona la ungakhona vele lokuhamba uyicheck ngetraining yakho wendele ukuthi uyidadise ukuthi nginase sengidlala mbamba lana ngidafike ngende in dibane nani in kanjalo but ke at the same time lo munye ukhanze ukuthi utawukhanza lenthaba nase kungile race mbamba sekubuya lo ukuthi coach lenthaba yangihlula le nalapho uphinze ukuthi hey bekungcono vele angayadi ahlangane nayo ngelanga la le race
but it affect psychology.
Yes kodwa nje kunangu advantages kakhulu ukuthi ayadi vele.
Now, the 3rd edition of the 2023 Mbabane Half Marathon, we kicked off at 4 minutes past 6, actual time here in the studio. And so far, we are more than 1 hour and 45 minutes since the race started. 21 kilometers, the winner has been identified. That is Bongos Mavuso, all the way from Teguin in the Republic of South Africa. Second in charge was Eswatini, Mangoba Hlabatsi. We also saw Tobile Ngwenyama leading. We're yet to get information, but I'm sure 99% she is the actual winner of the race. And we also talk about the reaction from the organizers, Maspara and everyone. But the biggest information that came from the acting CEO at Lope was that Nasekala, there were 500 participants, but today we're talking about more than 1.3, 1,300. With 3rd edition, by the time we reach to 10th edition, it's about 30,000.
But nje ngiyakhala vele man kube bekuya ngami association yethu noma president wethu angasibukela ukuthi labadlali laba labanje ngalabo manqoba nabo Thobile laba ngathi bavela sesibanake sendele ukuthi noma badibana kanye nje ngeliviki kwendiwe trial bajima atoti bona lo mufu ukuthi hayi ngishoda nganako nasajima nala labanye dani nakajima yedwana bekenda njalo lo mnye coach anike le schedule nijime letinzaweni 10 ngoba kulikhuni phela sangahlanganisa ecamping nijimele ngale schedule sakhe then bese uphika lenye ilanga noma singalesine asidibaneni kuphi sibe together bese uyanika ukuthi ndani ukuthi utatibona lapho ke ukuthi bengenda kahle yini noma cha ke.
Lope, these are the visuals live from Prince of Wales in Mbabane. Majority, I want to believe, they came from different places running for, social purposes. But 1782, the number, Athletic Association of Eswatini, that is Tobile Ngwenyama. I want to believe that's her, and you could see that she's getting prepared. I know what happens in most cases, at some point as athletes, fishing point, and the first thing, it used to happen to me a lot of time on the field. So for sure, from what you're seeing, this is Tobile Ngwenyama. She's talking about her getting some time to rest. Can we cross over to our analyst, either Taribo Bembe or Linda Dlamini? That is Tobile Ngwenyama, 1782. That is the female winner, 21 kilometers. It was tough. Over to you, wherever you are, or to hear from what she says.
Okay, kuqala KuNkulunkulu ngokunika ithalente nokuthi nangiplana ukugijima aphumelelise. Then special thanks to my family and my colleagues. Bangifika ekujimeni. Ukuqala i-race beyikahle, manje beyinema-hills amaningi, but I was prepared for lawo ma-hills. Banema-temperatures too much. Sidinga lokuthi nginathe emanti every 3k. Consider ukuthi ngibuye. Otherwise i-race beyikahle.
Mhlawumbe ukhuluma yona indzaba yokunatha emanti because sibonile nakusesuka lona eliviki isimo setulu beshisa kakhulu. Ingabe utilungiselele kanjani wena ukuthi namuhla noma ngabe belishisa but ukhone kuhlabana?
Okay, bengihle ngishintsha ijimini alishisa ijimini lasekhaya since bekungade ukuthi namuhla iweather izoba kanjani. Ngentinike isikhathi nalishisa ngijime lamanje ngifundisa kwanatha ku-training angibuqali nangilaphisile so yiko-ke every 3 days benginatha because le race lena la unganatha amanti kulukhulu ukucezisa because ukunatha lamanti kwenta lo mtimba kuzihafu bese uyabuya phezulu.
Mhlawumbe lena kuta Christmas uthatha i-break in because early next year kuta yona i-epilepsy half marathon. Ingabe uyayithatha le break noma vele uqhubeka ujime uyongenela le race lena?
Okay, i-break ngayithatha but kancane ngamane ngehlise ama-kilometers engimajimako because nangihlala ngiphumula bafuna ukuthi umtimba uqalise phasi. So instead of ukujima kakhulu ngamane ngehlise ukuze kuthi nakufika labo epilepsy nibe ku-shape nibe nge-speed nibe kunakho konke.
Congratulations once again.
Okay, siyabonga.
Now, thank you very much, Dlamini. That is Tobile Ngwenyama, the actual winner of the 21 kilometers under the female category. And she's talking about plans for next year's edition of the epilepsy marathon. And she highlighted taking a break is very key. She would make sure that she runs, lower distances in terms of 10 or probably a 5. Umati close the club, Naskulmanga Tobile. Leading to other tournaments. This is 2023 November. Before singena ku 2024. Uyatsinga yini ukuthi mhlawumbe angenele omunye umchuzelwana noma rest from now until February. It's what she needs.
No, ngekumati kwami nyalo nje kudzinga ukuthi aphumule vele. Kodwa nje angaphumuli complete njengoba asho abe active rest. Then ke abese ke solungiselela lo February nangabe vele February but angithi khona le yamhla ka9.
Yes.
Ngicabanga ukuthi
mangaya semangaya
angagcina ngayo lokuhle ngayo ngako ngolokuthi ngumntwana lo discipline. Angeke bese sokhanza sokwenda letinye timvo letitase disturb. Ngale kwaloko umntwana lo kahle Thobile. Simbone na last year iwine nguye le race ukuthi nalapho Sam ngathiwa babe nalenkinga ukuthi wephukile angadi disiye ukuthi kwendekeni kodwa nje uyasinika Thobile lithemba nekuthi ke lokunye lenginewari ngako naba ezibakhulu aboThobile nabo Sam kufuneka kube nalabanye phela labavelako kube sebemane sebakhona siyababona ukuthi naba labatawulandzela aboThobile angahle ukuthi singakwenda njani lokho singiswaziland.
Now, thank you very much, Hlop. And wow, it's my first time being in the studio, but I'm very, very much happy with the information I got. You were feeding me what I wanted. And thank you very much for your time. Savaredisa, a message to the athletes and to the sport at large. Savaredisa.
Siyabonga kakhulu bafukuthola leli thuba. Siyabonga naNkulunkulu.
Okay.
Lengakusho nje ukuthi Nkosi yami lama athletes ethu lesesiwabonile akachubeke atimisele uzame lo vangathi uyakhona kwakhabungani naye nibuthane nijime together singa kuphume lo moya ukuthi thina nawe siyacompete.
True.
Asingacompete asitane ukuthi sigrow bese lokunye lengicabanga ukuthi kungasisita association yethu ingasita ukuthi sibe nalama junior atokhula lama junior siwaqale nyalo kusema junior akhula ngiyo lento sitofaka sifake batokhula ke vele bayithanza ke bangacali sebabadzala ngoba kulikhulu ukufundisa umuntu nasamdzala lemfundo kumadima kakhulu. Ngabonga kakhulu nje kuMbabane. Nakangaphinze futhi njalo aqhubeke na next year. Kani ngakhohlwa kuMbube marathon wasita wekunene ukuthi le live lethu nalo libambe le standard sangale. Siyathemba ukuthi nakungendeka nje ngalo ngisho ukuthi i-association ingabutha naba lesebavelile banake ku training bafunile coach njengoba bekenda hlawe bebavela lapha bebasimelela lababo oGideon kaTseni nawuva umlando bebajima ndzawonye although bebangema teams lahluke but bebajima ndzawonye nabafika lengaphandle dawubona.
Wow, awesome. Beautiful time with the one and only, one of the longest serving athletes, female category, that is Beatrice Lopez, since 2002 until she retired in 2019, 17 years as an athlete. As Mbona Nyalo, there's a FIFA t-shirt. I want to believe ukona masinyana singeva ukuthi Rafaela singeva ukuthi she's in charge of something, but it's sport related. That's what we want. We want the legends to be involved. Thank you very much for Eswatini TV to bring you live wherever you are in the entire world or in the Kingdom of Eswatini to bring you the 2023 half marathon. 2 records were broken today. We have the quickest runner all the way from the Republic of South Africa, eThekwini. That is Bongos Mavuso, the 2019 Mbabane Marathon winner. He is eventually the 2023 half marathon winner within 1 hour and 13 minutes. Now, when you started the marathon back in 2021, this man probably at some point, will I be part of the marathon? But today, Nasumbuga from Letitfombe, Uzama Gbalegera Timote Mkwatsweni, he is the eventual winner. He thanks the Kingdom of Eswatini for the road. He thanks the Kingdom of Eswatini for competition and the mountains that he was competing under. Otherwise, for you, Mavuso, for the entire Eswatini, we say thank you very much. A record, once again, 1.3 of Eswatini took part of this competition. To the team that was at the Prince of West Mbabane, including Taribo Bembe, Linda Dlamini, Patrice Msibi, Bongi Mamba, everyone that brought you live these visuals, including the same team here at Eswatini TV, the management of the TV station, we do say, it's all about the sport.